And we are now heading into our first game of the night, as got a classic 5-point going on, got some wards being splashed down, and I'm excited. This is the Topaz game. The Topaz League, for those of you who don't know, is the Emerald to, I believe the highest we've had is a Challenger. Now, poised for this, Feoria looking for this scuttle, although Chime Gatherer makes it out of lane first and Bormillion pushing the scuttle away. This is going to be the first big skirmish of this game, it seems. As we'll see. Mift also making way down.
That escape did not work, but it definitely worked for River Otter.
Yes, looking dangerous, and Mift is here to relieve some pressure potentially. Coming around, knows that River Otter must be waiting. Ixedo's forced to barrier as nondescript almost gets a hit. River Otter now in a terrible position as Ixedos is here. And, before River Otter could land the last blow, Ixedos makes it away. Now, Bormillion is forced to use their intangibility as Mift is also here. It's looking like they're going for something here, but all of them are so low health on the part of Jin's Jords. Well, Bel'Veth Sprats, the E from Lilia, and there we go. The ult comes out from Mift onto Bormillion, and Feoria looking in danger here as Feoria goes down to the double bomb of Zilean. Bormillion now looking for the regank. Ults into nondescript. River Otter falls in the process. The ult comes back out from Bormillion, and it's a perfect tower dive. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit as we try to look at this dragon pit, as this is the second dragon of the game. Chime Gatherer able to make it around while Mift is being chased by Colby Cakes, Nondescript, and Burden Heart. The Drowsy comes onto both Bormillion and Chime Gatherer as he gives up his life. Now Ixedos looking for something, but going too far. The Poppy W stops Bormillion's entry, and this Ocean Drake goes to Bel'Veth Sprats pretty easily. And we see there's quite a difference in the ADC and mid lane, where Verdant Heart has got some vision advantage. Bard with the zoning ult there as Bormillion goes in onto Feoria. Feoria forced to Zanya's as now she is surrounded, but okay, it was an ADC 1v1 essentially, as Chime Gatherer is now stunned once again by River Otter, but has the Zilean ult on him, and unfortunately, blue team is there waiting and ready. River Otter getting one last stun onto Bormillion to secure the kill, and lives. Wow. Lesbian E-Girl just a little bit too late as she is coming in looking to get a few kills here, but does not get anyone as the kiting is too perfect.
So much changed so quickly. Dragon, I'm assuming they wanted it warded. Right? They know it's coming, they just want to prevent it.
Yeah, and here we go. Bormillion and Mift are here to try to stop the soul from being taken. One auto attack from Mift takes him down to 1/3 HP. And he is not afraid. He's coming back in. And let's zoom out here. We see Bormillion in the back as River Otter was waiting for him there. And the stun comes out from Mift onto both River Otter and Colby Cakes. Burdened Heart in danger as Ixedos is around. Zanya's coming down. Nondescript falls. At least the GA gets popped from Lesbian E-Girl. And as Verdant Heart is hit by the double bomb and killed, Nondescript equalizes back onto Lesbian E-Girl, but not before Ixedos also falls there. And Mift will be the last one down. The Zilean ult will come out. Not before the soul is taken by Bel'Veth Sprats, and River Otter able to just completely run at whoever they desire.
That's how Poppy do.
It's how Poppy do. I mean, with almost every inhibitor completely in lane, completely open, both Nexus turrets have now fallen as Bormillion is making a desperation play onto Nondescript. Does not get the kill, but the Zilean double bombs will from the flash from Mift. This Lesbian E-Girl, Ixedos, Mift, and Chime Gatherer are trying their hardest to make this game go on a bit longer. And the Bard ult comes down to save Ixedos for just a second. The ult comes out as Chime Gatherer now on the opposite side of where they want to be. Lesbian E-Girl potentially under Nasus fire as Chime Gatherer falls underneath their turret. And once again, blue team is in a position to end the game if they really wanted to. The ult comes back out from Mift, the Poppy ult, and they are saying no, hit the Nexus. Lesbian E-Girl desperately trying to get on and around to push blue team away. And Bormillion and Chime Gatherer still dozens of seconds away as the Nexus is at 1/3 of its HP. This is the longest Nexus take in history as River Otter falls. And that is it as Bel'Veth Sprats takes game one. Anyways, we are in to this game after all of that.
After all of that, we're in.
Yeah, there's so much lore constantly being told at us, but here we've got a chance to see whether that means anything on the rifts.
It's
Okay, third person with skillful, unstoppable procs there to avoid Blazing Bowman's hits. They're both level 6 now. Blazing Bowman immediately brings Ornn into the underworld, and let's see, the Ignite comes out from Blazing Bowman. The E from third person does not hit, but Dr. Fox PhD is here for the assist as Blazing Bowman is going to go down to this Master Yi first blood. Doesn't seem like they are any the wiser as Majestic Fight is now in danger, but blue team has already taken the Infernal Drake, and now Dr. Fox and Shark Attack claim Zoerella's HP as Skippy McSkipper has no dashes left to protect himself from Dr. Fox. This Master Yi is already popping off. The Drowsy comes on, and Majestic Fight takes this kill. This is already a 2k lead for the blue team. As here we have Cake Monster going in for third person. The E lands, and the ult causes third person to flee briefly as third person falls to Blazing Bowman, and that is the necessary amount of gold to get it back. Oh, Majestic Fight lands the E onto Cake Monster, but is it enough as Dr. Fox is approaching? Cake Monster walks in two different directions, and Dr. Fox gets onto her and takes for life. Here in the bot lane, we see the Zoe E and the Morgana Q land onto Cake Monster as the ult comes down from Morgana, flashing in to secure it, gets the kill on Cake Monster as Shark Attack lands a Q now onto Sarah Akemi. The E, the Zoe bubble, and it is a triple for the blue team as it's a double just for Morgana. You see the mid laner beats the support on the blue team, but let's see. Shark Attack.
Ooh.
Falls, proving, you know, a support is still a support in both senses.
But it was close, right?
It
like
was.
that was closer than I'm sure Akshan is comfortable with right now.
And you see Akshan making the daring escape. Everyone on the blue team knows he's somewhere in this jungle until he's not. Oh, this is crazy. Morgana Q lands as Majestic Fight is now forced in a terrible position, fleeing from Cake Monster and dies. First death of the game, the shutdown goes on to Shyvana. Shark Attack also falls to Blazing Bowman. And now Skippy McSkipper takes Silver Sam's shutdown still. But here we have the end of this game. Majestic Fight helping with this CC. Skippy McSkipper looking to them, putting up a big fight as Blazing Bowman, let's see, not able to secure the kill onto Dr. Fox. And this team is going to Indalia Nasus' Game Rights Association. And maybe you'll be able to join us as we watch. It looks like Fierce Steel and Gations are already at it. Fierce Steel looking to get those red cane points as Gations is now forced to queue over the Baron Pit.
Warwick top lane for an overextended Nasus. Nasus is starting to suspect it, backs off a little bit, goes into a bush. I don't think he does suspect it. He goes towards Sejuani. Warwick comes in, says hello, as Nasus flashes away, gets stunned, and gets taken down for first blood.
Beautifully done by Scrolls Scott. Oh, and we just missed in the bottom lane. Fierce Steel came in for a gank, got DRK, and DSauce roots Mars as Fierce Steel gets a double kill on Kane.
Warwick coming around and sees this whole dragon kerfuffle going on. Goes on to the Maokai. Maokai Qs. Doesn't pan out his way, I believe he planned, but red team collapses quickly as Maokai has forced a flash, gets away, but Fierce Steel unfortunately did not. Maokai comes back in. Oh, red team takes.
Yeah, red team seems to prevail there as Scrolls was able to stay alive, not going in as deep as Fierce Steel was with his ult, and just the numbers game as Malzahar ult comes out. Mars is looking to protect Malzahar, but does not in time before Beneo gets the final blow onto him. Trolls focused on getting that Drake equalization. Steel looking to stop Trolls from being inside their jungle, but Blue Cane is the assassin, not the fighter. Trolls feeling confident and able to stop this, as even the high HP Maokai is going to fall to the Blade of the Ruin King. Trolls looking for this extra healing on their autos, but is ignited by DSauce and so falls, as Medeo is now able to progress onto DRK.
Dragon, as Kane hovers around to try to stop him from doing it or steal it.
Yeah, these W's from Blue Kane. Oh.
Ult over the wall onto Kane, kills him. Lux ult narrowly does not kill the dragon, but
Warwick does manage to smite it, and now Gasians is here after TPing down. Hero falls. Okay, Fiercesteel desperately trying to protect that tier 2 turret, but DSauce is here to push Gasians in, and the Jinx rocket comes in. Oh, Gasians unable to land the second part of their Eon's Fiercesteel, as Mars also falls.
His Q's starting to do a lot of damage. Dragon started, as everyone on the blue team is ready, waiting, and watching with bated breath. They have sight on it, just shooting over.
Down to 3k as Trolls is looking. Fiercesteel ease over, but does not make it as the Infernal Soul is taken on the red side. The Warwick ult comes over the wall as DSauce is now there to disengage. Oh, Kane does make it out just barely, but DSauce will be sacrificed in its spot as the Hero is destroyed by Malzahar, as red team is looking to completely roll over this team. There's still a whole minion wave there, as only one Nexus turret remains in this game, and it falls as well. Trolls, Gasians, Malzahar, DRK, and Mars take the final game of week 4. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been the CMSA League of Legends League. We are in Season 2. This was Week 4. Tune in next week at 7 p.m. Central on Tuesday night for Week 5. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We've got a special night for you tonight. We are past the midpoint of the CMSA League of Legends Season 2 of 2026. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, and I've got a special guest coming. We've got Oil. Come here, Oil. Just before he makes his way across the screen without my choice, I just wanted to bring him on screen. Aww. Mythos is gonna be here? Okay. So you can tell we're comfortable now. We've been here for a few weeks. We've gotten to know a lot of the players, and now we've got stats for all the way through one half of the season. So we're gonna find out whether the coaches who are calling for the bans are calling for the right bans or not, right? And when they're drafting, are they making the right choices? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna bring in a special guest. We've got Maple Mamba, who is the captain we'll be watching in the Pearl League, will be joining us on stream. Hello and welcome to the stream, Maple Mamba. Hello, hello. So, Maple, you might be tuned into the stream already, but I don't know if Mike got a real good look at the graphics that I came up with for this week. We're going to talk about the most popular champions. And so, let's take a look. Okay, so these champions, not much surprise on the Pearl side, but here I've got the stars. The stars, there are some champions with a 100% win rate after a few games. I mean, there's so many champions that there's 1 game, 2 games played, they have a 100% win rate. Who cares about that, right? Pearl, your league, Maple Mamba, Seraphine, 9 games played and a 100% win rate. How do you feel about that? Yeah. Yes, so many people do want to play her, and for good reason, right? I mean, if she has a 100% win rate, I mean, why not? Yeah. Yes, it is Gaijin's Nautilus bringing it up so big. Oh, we've got no audio on Moens, apparently. Okay. Uh-oh. How's that happening? We should have desktop audio, so... Moens, do you want to speak just a second? Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second.
Still struggling to come up with things to say.
Okay, now we should be hearing, and we might not have heard Maple as well. So, Maple, do you want to just give a quick review? What are you gonna do with your support that's on your team? Tell them to go for Seraphine, is that right?
Yep, I'm demanding that Aspen plays Seraphine, and nobody that we're playing against is watching the stream right now, so do not ban her, please.
Great. I mean, and we're clear that Seraphine is probably one of the most outrageous supports. Also, Morgana being played extremely well. 8 games. The other 3 supports here, it's not shown on the graphic. Nautilus only played 4 times, Jinx 4 times, Poppy 4 times, but still, that Morgana is going crazy.
That might be Spellfire, actually. I think Spellfire is like responsible for 90% of the Morgana bans this season.
Yeah, and it could be Shark Attack as well, as I think the name that I remember from last week on Morgana, doing exceptionally well. But so, moving on into the Ruby League, we've got Talon and Nautilus both with 100% win rates, and then Senna, 10 games and a 90% win rate there.
So lost 1.
Yeah, so only 1 loss, which is just absolutely criminal. And I got word from Dr. Fox that criminal is the right way to describe Senna's behavior in the Ruby League. Then in Topaz, we see Thresh with 100% win rate with 5 games played, but only just behind him 4 games from Nefiri, Jinx, Sejuani, and Kaisa, all with 75% win rates. So, Maple, from the other leagues, do you think there's anything that your teammates in Pearl could learn, or champions you think that are doing well in the other leagues that you want to see on your team?
I'm sorry, can you ask that again?
Yeah, so any of the champions that are in the Ruby and Topaz section here, do you think they should be played in your games? Maybe besides Nautilus is probably already in your games?
It's kind of tricky because a lot of the people because there's like a few of us, me too, who can like kind of mix around and play a bunch of different roles, and then it feels like a lot of the main like solo laners kind of everyone knows, like you guys were joking about Side Heroes Lissandra, like everyone knows that you can't just outright ban one person, so they kind of just stick to their own things, and I mean I think that's how a lot of people find success down here. So I always think people should try out new things, but sometimes people take it really serious and they don't want to try out something new on League Night. Yeah, so
League Night.
Maybe in the free time for sure. Yeah, anything that gets Gaijins off playing Nautilus or Xerath, I'm gonna pressure him to try it.
Yeah,
try tons of new things.
Well, we'll be looking forward to it because tonight we'll be following you last in our series as we go from Topaz to Ruby to Pearl. And we will see you then. Best of luck on your games until then, Maple.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully I'm on a win streak.
Yeah, so. Hopefully. We'll see you then. All right.
See you later.
See you guys.
And so, Mike, I'm hearing that we are ready in this lobby to begin looking at bans and picks for the Topaz League game. Isn't that exciting? And I bet you 100% with what I see on the screen here, there will be a Thresh picked or banned, because I know we have River Otter in this game. We will be watching Poggle's team, which is Poggle, Feoria, Nondescript, River Otter, and Travi, who I also have some gossip, some breaking news for you,
Let's hear the
Mike.
tea. Let's hear the tea.
You ready?
I'm on it.
There's one player in the Topaz League who has so phenomenally done well that he requires some extra restrictions placed on him. Just
In
until
Topaz.
Yeah, in Topaz. There's
All right.
someone among us who is doing so well. They have a 100% win rate after 4
Yes.
weeks.
That's sus.
That is sus. But
Who is it?
oh, it's the one and only, finally on his main role, and last season, he was doing well in the jungle, but now in the mid lane, we've got Travi, who...
Okay.
Trav is the leader of this lobby. We're waiting for him to open it up for us so we can see he's not going to be playing Kennen tonight. He's not going to be playing Lissandra tonight, and I bet you he gets some more bans after those as well. And so... I do want the names of the teams. So let me ask Poggle that. We are just about ready. I'm going to show you what we're seeing here. We are seeing the first ban phase. I will message Poggle because we do need the names of this team. Who in chat, if you're in chat, maybe you want to bet your points, because obviously the points are great for you to get into the thick of feeling involved in these games. So why don't we get those going? Already got a Thresh ban, Mike.
And right now we've got, we'll just call it Poggle's team versus not Poggle's team.
Right.
until we get the official team names.
Yes, and I'm sure we'll hear from Poggle shortly.
Well,
But-
so will Travi keep his 100% win rate up after what is this, week 5, or will he fall into a tragic loss?
I mean, I'm not rooting against Travi, but when there's a king with a crown, you gotta see him get knocked down, at least eventually, right? Like, everyone is waiting for that moment.
Everybody wants it, right? I think
Yeah.
until that's done, he's got extra work to do. And I
Yeah.
believe you said he's not normally in his main role, right? So I believe he hasn't been mid the past couple weeks. What are the restrictions did you say there's restrictions he has to?
Yeah,
abide by?
so no Kennen and no Lissandra from him tonight. I mean, and we know that Kennen, I think, is his main champion, so without those, it's like, is it the champion that no one expected, or is Travi really the star we've got here? I'm sipping
Or
on
is
my
he the-
coffee as we speak.
Or is he the macro king?
Right. Or is it just being a macro god? Okay, we've got Belveth's Brats. Alright, so let's have the predict going up. Belveth's Brats will be blue, #1, and Jin's Jorts. Ginger Oxide. Oh, red side. Let me just put red. Belveth's Brats is blue.
Got a Leona pick. I'm sorry. Wow. A LeBlanc pick hovered. Last minute switch to Caitlyn.
Yeah, Caitlyn, great choice here. I mean, if you're going into Smolder, the last thing you want is for Smolder to be able to walk up and press Q on this wave. And so, Caitlyn, just good choice overall to keep him far away.
Right, but we got Fiddlesticks jungle, right? Versus, I mean, that might be a Shen. I doubt it's a Shen jungle. It's probably a Shen top, but.
Or maybe
could be.
support. I mean, not good into Caitlyn, but Shen support, it's seen its days.
Yeah, it has. It has. And then now we've got Nunu, so. Okay, this is an interesting team.
Yes. And so, how amazing is it that we get to now see the course of the picks and bans shift as the highlights of who has been so successful. Thresh was like the immediate ban on this side. I'm pretty sure. It was the second ban of the game here. And now we're gonna see
So
some
as
more
long-
bans.
Is Mundo no longer the hated one?
Yeah, I guess not. I guess he's fine in the eyes of, you know, how quickly we forget, right? When someone when someone has gone on a rampage, you ban them, they don't appear, out of sight, out of mind, and so no Mundo. But we do
We
have a
got-
Morgana ban.
New week, new problems.
Yes. Always new problems here. And so, if you are in chat right now, make sure you are gambling. There should only be about 3.5 minutes left on that gamble. If you want to win some points and predict who will win in Topaz, Belvath Sprats on the blue side or Jin's Jorts on the red side.
I don't see it on the stream. Should it be on the stream?
It should be up at the top of the chat if you have the chat.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Yeah, are you, I mean, with your inside info, who are you calling for this game so far, Mike?
Well, it's not so inside anymore. You've told me.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. There's no insider trading on my end. I'm gonna tell the world what I know.
I think the king will reign one more week. I think
One
Travi
more.
will. I think this is a Travi game. But I say that before seeing all the champions.
Right, before
maybe-
seeing Travi's champ, importantly. So I mean, he's maybe the outspoken carry, but he's also got River Otter, who, as a reminder from last week, we mentioned that River Otter had been challenger in season 16, briefly, but that brief moment, that doesn't happen by chance. That's talent and skill that brings someone there. So now
Right.
you've got number 100, Mr. 100 in the league, perfect win rate, with Bard potentially being played by River Otter, and that's a roaming champion. He's going to be all over the mid lane and
Yeah.
the jungle.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this champ selection here on the left, right? Like you've got, they're just going to be everywhere. Akali,
Wow.
Bard, Nunu, right? Like there's just a lot of speed, and then you're going to have Fiddlesticks ulting over walls, right? He's going to come from everywhere. And then on the right, you've got, aside from Shen, you don't really have a lot of mobility.
Right. I mean, Smolder E, but Nami not the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
mobile support, so it is dangerous for Nami to try to follow Bard around the map if that's the plan.
Yeah, I guess Smolder could use her E as an engage or a disengage. And Garen kind of has a way of running away and getting all his health back.
Yeah,
So-
and look at that. That must be Jungle Shen. So we've got
And,
Shengle.
Chat says, "Hey guys."
Hey, hey,
Okay.
PP Bandit. Hey, guys.
Hi guys.
Okay. So now that we've got the full team, the thing that strikes me immediately is it's only one AD champion on the blue side. And if you are predicting, I mean, there's a few things you gotta understand. CC, they've got it on the blue side. Damage diversity, maybe a little lacking, but they might not need it because these Topaz games tend to go pretty quickly enough that the tanks don't have the money to buy a whole lot of resistances. And so we're not
Right.
seeing the tank meta in the Topaz League.
Right now, yeah, I'm probably gonna go lean towards blue side.
Blue side. Okay, and as the bets are coming in, we've got just 5,000 for Belveth Sprats in blue, and it's looking like I'm gonna need to cancel this as no one has bet on the other side. How about
Uh-oh.
I delete it, and we'll return the points, and then we'll go right back into it, and we'll see.
That didn't happen. That whole nothing to see here.
Okay, let's put it Belveth Sprats versus Jin's Jorts. We're gonna put it right back to you all. I'm gonna make sure they're labeled correctly. Yeah. So, got 5 more minutes. If you were the 5,000 points before, why don't you go be the 5,000 points again, as the gamble is now right back up for anyone who wants to gamble their points away. So we've got
And
a minute and 30 seconds left. What were you saying, Mike?
I was gonna say, and we've yeah, it's gonna be an exciting game. I don't know, this is gonna be a close one. By pure champions, I kind of lean towards red side winning, but just knowing that he's got to fight extra hard to keep that crown, I think I'm going with blue.
Yeah, certainly another thing that's happening here is Garen might not be the star here, but Garen is able to keep the pressure mounted on the top lane while maybe there's... You know what I just realized? This is a Fiddlesticks top. I didn't even realize that it can't be Fiddlesticks jungle, can it? Unless it's Nunu mid, Akali top Fiddle jungle. There's some shenanigans going on here, maybe.
Certainly some shenanigans. It could be Nunu top, which I doubt, but yeah, he'd have to be jungle, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I've seen Nunu mid in the past, but is that really Travi's playstyle? That's where the questions come in, where we might know better than to assume that.
I mean, way back in the past, he used to play Nunu support when he had Blood Boil, right? Like way forever ago. But those days are long in the past.
Yeah, when you can just give the attack speed bonus to your ADC, and that's the equivalent of your supporting duties done.
Yeah, then you get your health back, and I forget what his E used to do back then.
Right.
Because the W was Blood Boil.
Okay, and while we are waiting here, let's just make sure we have everything we need. And take a look at this. You know what really stuck out to me immediately about this list of 100% win rate champions? I went straight to Ruby because it has the most amount of champions played. And yet,
Okay.
A champion being played 10 times, a champion being played 9 times like Pearl, and having so close to 100% win rate means to me there's an unchecked threat here. That everyone is just gambling. They're like, you know what? I'm going to be the one to get Seraphine this game. I'm going to be the one to get Senna this game. Instead of just saying, no one gets it.
Did you happen to look to see if it was always the same person playing Seraphine or always the same person playing
I can't
Senna?
tell. I can't tell really, which is unfortunate, but I highly doubt that it is the same person playing it unless they just started spamming it in the last 2 weeks and we didn't get to see those games. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of a question mark there. As now we've got a good look. It is Fiddlesticks top from Poggle into Garen. Then it's Nunu against Shen in the jungle. Then we've got Akali Syndra. Syndra's ball slinging, the stun can be a little bit BS sometimes, but I like to think that Akali is a little too mobile to have to deal with most of that. Then, of course, ADC and support pretty clearly lined out from that champ select. And now, we're here.
And the red team, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, red team really wants this game to last a while, right? Because the longer it goes, the stronger they get. Because, like you said, there's only one AD champ on blue side, right? So as they could build up their resistances, they can go to town.
Yes. And as you're saying that, I want to welcome everyone to game 1 of week 5. We are watching the Topaz League, the highest level of play that CMSA League of Legends has to offer. And we're seeing a pretty standard. Everyone is where they ought to be, preparing for the lanes. Isn't that beautiful when there's not too much going on? Oh, just Poggle trading autos. Well, not really trading, just giving autos to Garen up there.
And Garen having to take it.
Yeah, melee champion. I mean, Poggle's playing a ranged top laner, even though it may not be the most conventional of ranged top laners. Garen is going to have to respect that for a while.
Yep, until he learns how to deal with magic damage with some.
Yeah. At least a few levels are going to have to happen, but then it's all about playing with that Fiddlesticks fear.
These trades bot lane, like Bard looked like he was unsuccessfully trading with the Nami. And Nami, I mean the definition of a lane bully, right? She can poke you and heal herself.
Yeah, with W level 1. Oh, here we've got Jules in the top lane, potentially looking for something here, as it's a level 2 gank, and Poggle does have a ward up here, but the going in with Ignite from Aramareth Oh, and Aramaref will fall, giving Poggle the first blood, but not before Jules is looking to give the equalizing blow onto Poggle. And
Will his W come back? Oh, it did, but it wasn't enough. But the
Yes.
minions might get him.
no, it looks like Jules is getting away pretty safely there. Oh, and there we have, look at this. Got a snowball coming up for Jules, but it is not close enough. Just looking for the Krugs. Okay. Oh, what is this? Tiddlywink already looking for some vision onto the blue buff there. A little protectiveness from the mid laners. We love that. Oh, and we've got a pause.
We got a pause, and we got a cork.
I think
Jumped up on my lap.
we might have been seeing the chat come in retroactively. So ADC lagging. We've got brain lag on both sides of the team, and then ready. So at least we know it happens pretty soon. Play is gonna be resuming. Great. It's as easy as that. I love these tournament games because even the pause function is so beautiful for when errors occur, mistakes happen,
Yep.
right?
Stuff like that. It looks like Fiddlesticks coming in on Garen, making Garen run away and regroup. But they both have, you know, a little bit of well, I guess Garen doesn't really have his regen yet, but a little bit froze for me.
Uh-oh.
But still.
Yep. Oh, it just gave a little bit of lag for me as well. Okay. And look at this. We've got Nunu coming down. Oh, the first scuttle smited by Feoria away from Jules. And here we have it. JT Greatness looking to get to their jungle before, but Jules going into the pincer on the blue side as Jules will fall to the full 4 collapse of the mid lane, bot lane, and jungle.
And they take that. They take that and head back to their corresponding lanes.
Yeah. Just not much to be done there.
And look at this. This Fiddlesticks is just bullying the Garen.
Yeah, unfortunately for a melee top laner, that is just what's going to happen, at least until level 6 occurs, where at least Poggle will need to make a skill shot to hit their ult. Garen, point and click, we love it.
Just some Smolder. Smolder's pretty weak early as well, right? Like I said, these are just... Blue team wants to win this early.
Yeah.
At home.
Oof. And really high damage coming out during these trades in each lane, as we've got Feoria coming into the mid lane. Travi engages onto Tiddlywink. Tiddlywink must know something's up, uses their flash to get away, but that's a successful gank from Feoria, as now the fight becomes who gets these chickens. Jules watching as Feoria starts on them. Tiddlywink is here though. Jules gets the smite onto the big chicken, and Feoria is sent packing.
And poor Garen doing his best to farm.
Yeah, and similarly here comes Jules.
Shen coming in on a gank on Poggle. Poggle seeing it starts to run. Can't. Gets taunted. Counter gank. Nunu comes in. Destroys the Garen as it tries to get turned by the Shen, but there's unfortunately not a way for him to do that.
Yeah, and with little mana, Poggle is in danger here as Jules is just going to be hacking away with an unfortunate lane state. Jules has won a lot of pressure for Aramaref, the Garen, in the top lane. As Jules is now looking into Feoria's jungle. Let's see. The word comes down, and now it is all about the Grump. There is smites on both sides, and Feoria successfully takes their Grump and gets a level advantage. But now, all eyes on mid lane. Oh, and potentially the bot lane, as it looks like something was happening there. Definitely got trading going on all across the map.
Yep, and it's the blue team's slow as expected, doing better in the beginning, right?
Right. I mean, this Ginger Oxide Smolder, the coal is already down to 90. We're at 10% of the way there. Smolder, already a late game champ. If the game doesn't progress as fast as as blue team wants it to. They'll be facing something very dangerous. A dragon calling, Mom!
I mean, it is Infernal Drake, right?
Yes, we do have the first Drake of the game, Infernal Drake. That's definitely, if there was a Drake to look like Smolder's mom, probably the Infernal. Okay. It's just constant skirmishing. It's like a wet noodle fight because both of them are so tanky, but hardly getting themselves any damage onto each other.
Right, and then any damage that's done to Fiddlesticks just gets regened off of his W. So
Yeah.
not much can be done about it.
Alright, we're seeing the ward game play out.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The vision game, aggressive wards by Bard, Shen bot side, ooh.
Travi puts Tiddlywink on the wrong side of the map here as he secures a solo kill onto Tiddlywink. I know that's gotta hurt, because I know Tiddlywink and Travi have known each other for quite some time. Tiddlywink actually introduced me to Travi, so I know that there might be a little bit of a contest happening between them. Yeah. Oh,
Especially
beautiful
with 100%
Bard
win rate.
connection. Yes. Tiddly is going to be looking to knock Travi down a peg.
Shen might be making a play for either. There's going to be a fight here.
Okay, once again, the scuttle is the cause of the ire as Feoria once again secures it. JT Greatness lands a bubble onto River Otter as Tiddlywink is here to help. And now Feoria forced to ult for the shield. Will he get away in time? And yes, River Otter and Nondescript are here for the assist.
Smolder comes in for the sneeze.
Ooh.
Doesn't succeed. Bard ult stops the Smolder.
Yeah, Ginger
Shen
Oxide
ult on
forced to ult.
Smolder.
Oh, and here we go. Feoria will go down to Jules, as now it is time for the rest of the team to buckle up and run. And I noticed in the top lane, we've got the ult coming out from Garen to kill Poggle. Poggle's Fiddlesticks goes down. Okay.
It's neck and neck, right?
Yeah, here we have it. And River Otter not really leaving lane as much as I expected in the beginning, at the very least.
Well, he got the kill up by Red's blue.
Yes,
By
that's
his,
true.
He didn't get the kill, but he was there. With
The
his
takedown. All right, and here we have it. The grubs are currently being taken by Feoria as there doesn't need to be a handshake. It looks like these grubs are going to be safely secured by the blue team without any risk of losing the dragon.
Yep, and Shen looks like he's just content with it.
Yeah, not much.
Not much he can do about it.
Yeah, not much can be done for real. Because we might have the kill advantage on Jules, but ultimately it's creating this jungle disparity as Nunu has secured quite a few of the contested monsters. Okay, want to make sure that we're seeing what happened to Tiddlywink there, as there's fights happening all around the map with the directed camera. Loves top lane. Okay, here we have it. River Otter coming back into lane. Oh, nothing happening there. Okay. Hard to tell where something's going to be happening first, but River Otter is on the outside of this lane.
There's so much happening right now. Shen's bot side, I'm guessing maybe.
Yeah, just looking like they're taking their grump as, who knows? Here we have Travi getting some lane dominance as he's on the wrong side to add some pressure bot, which is where he would really want to go. Tiddlywink's smart to keep his jungler there. Here we have Feoria coming in for the gank onto Ginger Oxide, uses the E, but, oh, why would it go away? Feoria stunned. Oh, but the River Otter ult comes out to save Feoria from the Shen E, and Shen now stuck in place from the nondescript's Caitlyn's traps. Oh, and with just 10% of their HP, Feoria makes it out alive.
Yeah, the Bard ult was unfortunate. That happens sometimes when you Bard ult with the best intention, but end up saving a life that shouldn't have been saved.
Yeah, I think that was good on River Otter's part, though, because there was such a long CC chain happening onto Feoria, and, I mean, we'll see if it really still mattered. Feoria's at full HP after taking their Krugs. And here's Jules thinking they might still have the advantage. They are on vision. And, uh-oh, Jules then forced to E away as Ginger Oxide and Nami have to give up all pressure that they just got by taking River Otter down to a quarter of their HP. Okay, we've got Nunu Snowball coming in to Tiddlywink. Ooh. Just a little bit of poke damage, no big.
And returns with some of her orb damage.
Yeah. No real sweat for Feoria, who immediately gets back to full HP on this scuttle. Okay. And with only 1k gold separating the two teams, it is dead even pretty much. So we see the ward game happening. Ooh, JT Greatness forced out of their own jungle by River Otter. As the pings are coming out, Travi is here.
Yep, and Blue's getting super aggressive here on the bot side jungle, knowing evidently that Shen is top. But Shen has his ult, so it could.
Yes, Ginger Oxide and JT Greatness forced away. The Bard ult comes down to stun Ginger Oxide as Travi is looking for this. And the Nami ult comes out, the Smolder ult and the Shen ult, and it looks like River Otter is going to be in grave danger, forced to flash away. The magic portal, Tiddlywink gets the kill on River Otter, and now Travi is nearly down to that Syndra ult that just came out. The second R comes out from Akali, and she is safe as a successful gank from Feoria has killed our Maref in the top lane. But that leaves Dragon wide open for red side. Okay. That's a handshake of sorts, right? Where when the gank happened top lane, we saw Jules' Shen ult come immediately onto Smolder, and that's a free Infernal Drake.
It is a free Infernal Drake for red team, and that's that was a good exchange. And then to answer the chat's question, yes, Yumi has attached. Quark jumped up onto my lap and with his claws sat on me in a very uncomfortable way.
Oh no. Okay, Ginger Oxide taking a whole lot of heat from Nondescript and River Otter's Bard, but J2 Greatness landing a key bubble to stop Nondescript from just non-stop autoing. Oh, I was just gonna say, you see how fast the pings come out from the mid lane the moment one of them steps out of line at all. Okay, there we go. Beautiful trade from Tiddlywink onto Travi. River Otter now looking for something here and maybe unaware that Jules is on this side of the map. It's a bit of a dangerous position.
Yeah.
Oh no, well aware that Jules is here.
Yeah.
Oh, and River Otter secures the Gromp away from Jules.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that's insult even more than it is injury. But Tiddlywink forcing Travi out of lane, saying, "This is my control where you will not be stepping here." Oh, but the
Nunu coming in with a snowball hits to
once again forces the flash.
Yep, forces the flash as an unsuccessful gank, but a counter gank potentially. Oh no, they get the Bard. Gets his magical journey, goes in through and hides in mid lane, but Travi comes back around and gets really aggressive when his health really isn't there to be. As the whole fight turns around, outnumbered 4-3, another shows up, 4-4, gets a kill from Caitlyn onto Nami.
Jules goes down to Feoria. That Bard ult stopping Tiddlywink from participating in the fight really saved the blue team here as they are all so low, but well coordinated.
Yeah, no, that was like I said, it was being that Tiddly was being, or Travi was being very aggressive and didn't really have the health to back it up, but it worked out.
Yeah, all of the focus that was going in disparate directions from the red team, it's working wonders for the blue team as this ult comes out from Shen, as Poggle is now forced into the justice zone by Garen and loses his life. Oh, we got the regank from Nunu, and Tiddlywink, no flash, no resources, will fall to Travi.
That's one of the problems with Nunu. Nunu will just be coming in like a wrecking ball from wherever he's at in the
fast. It's like there's no stopping the reganks from happening every next second. Oh, here we have Ginger Oxide forced to run away. Oh, but a beautiful double bubble from Nami. JT Greatness able to secure something there. Ginger Oxide barriers, but does not survive the Hex Optics damage from Caitlyn ult.
It looks like we missed a kill on Fiddlestick's top, and then Garen took a bunch of plates as well.
That might have been the gank, the Shen. Oh, onto Fiddlesticks. Yeah, the Shen ults up top. Unless there was another one already. I don't think there was.
You think so? Okay, I must have missed it. There's so much happening.
Yes.
Slow.
There are a lot of team fights already that have been happening. The first turret has been taken by Belveth Sprats, the blue side, as they secure a little more than a 3k lead, and we see the only advantage they might have is in the top lane. So will Aremaref be able to secure something here? The fight comes on and continues as Fiddlesticks Poggle throws the Ignite onto Garen, now forced to run away. Uses the W just for a little bit of shield, and Poggle will secure that kill, solo bolo. See the pings coming out from Feoria, praising Poggle. Good job, good job, good job.
There's the I'm surprised not to see any magic resist yet on Garen. Like, I know that he needs damage, right? Like, to exist, but you're against the Fiddlesticks.
Yes, and look at this AP Nunu coming out as well, that the snowballs are going to be doing some damage.
And Dark Seal, too. He's brave.
Yeah, I mean, the extra movement speed on the 10-stack Medjais, that is nothing to scoff at on Nunu. Going that fast is an asset. Movement speed is king.
Especially in that team, right?
Yes.
The whole team is mobile, as we were talking about before.
Right. Here you've got the ADCs have moved into the mid lane, and the entire game is about to change as the second of the Drakes is up. We've got the Cloud Drake, ensuring that we will not see Infernal or Cloud Soul this game. Oof. Feoria with a beautiful snowball down mid. That'll give them just the amount of pressure to start the Drake. Okay, let's take a look. They do know that the blue team is on here, so red has a choice, but looks like they are giving it entirely.
Yeah, Shen's on the other side of the map. Not much he can do, right?
Right.
They can try to
Jules
maybe
forced
scare
into
him
a
off.
bad position.
You know, there's a whole lot happening.
Okay,
here.
Nunu starts up the snowball, does land into a Remaref. Garen goes for the Q and ease onto nondescript. The Justice comes down and Caitlyn will fall to Garen. As River Otter now pushed behind as Fiddlesticks Poggle ults in. A Remaref taken down to very low HP as Nunu follows, but Jules continuing the fight onto Poggle. Poggle is in the right position as River Otter has made it all the way around. Nami ult comes down in the bubble. Yeah, and there you go. Poggle is completely destroyed, but Jules will be taken down in return as a Remaref and Ginger Oxide looking for Feoria. River Otter all the way on the opposite side. Got the Dead Man's Plate, so I guess he's not too scared. The Magical Journey probably coming up pretty soon.
Trying to find a way to escape, but he's going back in for some poke. Chases the Garen. Gets some poke in on him with his auto attack and Q. As just going back and forth, this kiting, and there's no one there to stop it.
Oh,
so
oh my gosh!
He's gonna.
Oh my god! The solo kill! Wow.
There's a pause.
Yeah, the solo kill that stopped the game. The world heard as this game was paused, and this might guarantee that we are a little bit late to our next game, but there are some issues in this game, and we will be respectful of all of those, as it seems that JT Greatness might be lagging just a little bit.
There was a lot. There's a lot there, right? Like the Bard should not have been able to kill Garen. Then they both should have. I don't know. Possibly ran in the opposite directions, but it worked out, right? They just kind of kited back and forth, and he'd be dead.
The crazy thing too is that River Otter still had ult, so still has the resources to continue going. All the while, Remaref's Garen doesn't have anything to help them. No ult, no flash, no ignite. they are suffering at the hands of a Bard with Dead Man's Plate and Swifties who they cannot run away from.
And even if they could, Magical Journey.
Right, the Magical Journey and the ult to catch up. It's really sickening. This is why I banned Bard. This is why Bard gets banned 100% of my games.
Bard is your ban? Alright. What if somebody else bans Bard? Who do you ban?
It really depends on what role I am playing at the time, but I do like to ban Karma. There's some craziness happening in the Karma world where every one of them does 1 billion damage and shields for 1 billion damage. I also don't like Pyke if I'm not playing Pyke. Call me crazy, but that champion can do a lot of damage too.
Pyke can do a lot of damage. I've had a lot of luck playing Zillion into him because my ult cancels his ult.
That's true.
And then he can't ever get away. But
yeah.
As we've been made painfully aware, I play a lot of Zillion. So
yeah.
It's like...
So we've got some back and forth in the chat here as Tiddlywink says, "Per my locomotive is running." Not sure what that means, but
I'm not sure what it
it's
means
been doing them well as they've been surviving, holding their own. Not that they shouldn't against Travi in lane, as Travi is now revealing their assassin picks in these games.
Remember what we said earlier on in this game, right? We expected it to be if blue team could get ahead early enough, it would be a blue team win. If they could get it to last longer, red team would probably win because they're just going to build MR. And we've got a lot of AP coming out of blue team. 2 champions with Dark Seal with 6 charges stacks, right? And we're back on.
Yep, we're back here. Okay. I do believe that we had a little bit of a potty break for each of the teams, but immediately we're back in it and Ginger Oxide has fallen. Oop, there's just a little bit of a lag after each pause as we have to struggle through our game, allowing their game to get away from us. Uh-oh, hopefully. Okay, here we go, we're back. Okay, and we've got the Baron started up by Feoria, River Otter, and Nondescript. As it doesn't seem that Red is very interested in this. They might know that they all walked over there, but there's no clue. No clue that this is happening, and no way to stop it as the Baron is now surely and securely in the hands of Belveth Sprats. It really takes a lot of momentum out of your team when you have to pause. But on the opposite side of the pause, you always have to wonder who kept their momentum going, as Jules just barely able to sneak these Krugs out, but Trav lying in wait as Jules is looking to E over, but Trav is there waiting. Tiddlywink now and JT Greatness launching the ult, and River Otter is not able to save their ally from sure destruction. It is going to be 5 people here on the red side.
Largest snowball ever comes in, he regrets it, comes back around, and rides the rift out to save his life, runs down and uses the charge against mid turret, destroying it, hops in rift again, and then runs back to try to help Nondescript.
Yeah, Nondescript almost falling to the Garen ult there, but Poggle comes in with the ult onto Nami, and Nami will fall as the double kill for Poggle is complete. Red side, daring play. 5 people TPing and launching themselves into the red side of blue, but now they are losing the tempo that they hoped to gain for that as Travi, with no Baron buff, heads towards the bot tier 2 turret, and it looks like their mid tier 2 is in danger.
And their bot top tier 2, right? Because no one's there to defend it. But
right.
I guess he doesn't really have many minions to help. But to answer your question from before that happened, the Nunu
really quickly after the unpause happened. Must have already had the greatest snowball ever casted, right? Comes in and gets that kill mid and started that whole exchange.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about, like, are you able to get right back into the zone that you were in before the pauses? You would hope so.
Yeah.
But it's not always the case.
I've had it happen. I've had it happen in pauses before where I forget what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, I was in the middle of a fight or something.
Okay, Ginger Oxide on the wrong side of this as 3 autos from Nondescript look to take Ginger down to half of their HP. And this is where the vision is so important in these almost mini lanes that start to open up as the turrets, the tier 1 turrets are gone.
Right, and they've gotten a lot of damage on tier 2 as well, so where's blue team going to focus their attack?
Right, we do have the Drake coming up in just 10 seconds, and it looks like blue has a solid control over this as Ginger Oxide looks to push this mid wave in, but River Otter able to do some great harassing there. The Nami ult does come out in the bubble onto Feoria. It does look like Feoria is in grave danger, falls, and red side now in a good position, but Travi and Poggle both looking with ults. Nami goes down, Garen goes down, but not before Poggle also joins them. Oh, a beautiful QE from Tiddlywink stops. Wow. Okay, we'll have to go over that play.
Yeah.
Travi going in, just barely makes it away from Jules. Oh, but the Q going in the wrong direction as Jules secures the ace onto Travi. And
that
with just
was a fight kill. Right
yes,
there.
100%. So,
Total fight.
while blue team is aced, what we saw here was a Kali going into Tiddlywink, the second part of their E that they had already landed. Tiddly launches their QE to stop Akali in his tracks. Travi does not make it to get what looked to be a clear cleanup of the red team. And it all went downhill from there as Ginger Oxide was able to get all of the damage out onto that team. Now Tiddlywink looking to stun River Otter. River Otter goes really far down and Ginger Oxide looking to press their luck. And this is already a 238 stack Smolder. Smolder is at the point of greatness. It is 25 minutes into the game, and the executes are here. Poggle's ult comes down, but not from out of vision, so it's not as effective as it would like to be. And Jules secures the kill onto Poggle.
Also, the gold disparity is a lot less than it was, right? A few minutes ago, it was about a 7k, 8k difference. Now we're down to under 1,000.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing what you can do when you have good vision. Oh, here comes the Shen ult onto Uremerep to kill Travi as Shen and the Garen gang up on her. Okay. I was saying before, the way you can play with vision around Fiddlesticks is very fun because Fiddlesticks only can fear enemies 2 ways. The Q, which is a point and click onto one enemy, or being able to hit enemies from out of vision. So that's why that Fiddlesticks ult usually comes from out of vision onto a large group of people. But the way we saw it here, this red ward saved the entire team from utter destruction. The Bard ult comes onto Ginger Oxide, and Caitlyn instead is the one to go first, but not before Ginger Oxide also falls and River Otter with him.
I'm really surprised not to see any MR from the red team as they start pulling ahead.
Yeah, just the one Merc treads as, like we said before, I mean, Caitlyn does have a lot of damage, providing so much AD for the side of Velveth's Brats, but there is, you're right, so much magic damage still, so.
And there's no armor on that side either, so. Where's the groups?
No armor on the red side, you're saying?
On the red side, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I need to get used to. I'm still not used to seeing all the items down bottom, so it takes me a second to locate everything.
All right, we've got the lull as the Baron is up. Both sides are going to be looking to set vision up as Uremerep has their TP up. Oh, here we've got the Nunu Greatest Snowball coming into Jules before Jules can go to Ward. And Travi, looking very aggressive, does get ulted and then bubbled by JT Greatness. That stops the aggression in its tracks. But now River Otter looking for something here as Tiddly is going for massive damage. The Greatest Snowball comes back one more time. The Fiddlesticks ult fears Ginger Oxide, Tiddlywink, and wow, a triple kill immediately for the side of Belveth Sprats. A beautiful ult from Poggle to secure this as the Baron is all but taken.
Baron's all but taken, but Garen's getting a tier 2 after taking the tier 1 and possibly starting on tier 3?
Yeah. With just Travi waiting in the wings. Oh, thank you for that fart. As Travi is headed back towards Garen. Garen, you know, RMRF not taking their chances here too much.
But he is taking jungle.
Yes, he will be taking those Krugs on his way out. Jules here in a desperate position as these meeps from River Otter are going to slow him just enough for Nondescript to get the traps and damage they need to slay Jules.
Yeah, this Bard is just doing a really good job of slowing people, stunning people, chasing people, so that either he can get the kill or somebody else can.
Right. It's dangerous to be around Bard.
Unless he's on your team. Actually, sometimes it's still dangerous when he's on your team.
Yeah. You can't win. It's like a Yasuo.
Or a Teemo.
Right.
He's a loiterer.
Okay, with just 20 seconds until this soul point for red side, blue team is already here controlling these wards and a lot of the vision, but there are 2 control wards beautifully placed for red side that will distract them just long enough for red to potentially get in position. We still got the TP for RMRF, but Jules has only just come back up as blue is now rushing the Drake and will be able to easily take it.
They distract the Fiddlesticks, so Fiddlesticks had to leave in case a fight breaks out here, which there won't. But he just created some pressure top lane. Garen did.
Yeah, with the Baron, with 2 Drakes now, blue is in a great position.
Nunu looks like he's about to get squeezed in. Nope. That all ended up being nothing.
Yeah. Here we go, red side looking pretty desperately to get some pressure onto these waves. But now that Nunu has caught wind of where Garen is going to be, it doesn't seem like Garen is going to be able to push by himself anymore.
Nunu just taking red-sized jungle like it's his own.
Yeah, and Jules struggling to take it before blue team gets here, but it looks like Jules is going to be in a bad position. Jules ease and flashes towards their turret. The Bard ult comes just onto the turret, and Jules is going to... fall to Feoria before... Yeah, but not before Shen goes too.
Yeah. Oh, I cut you off there, my bad.
You're good. That Smolder ult was big there, wasn't it?
It was a very big ult. It really turned the fight for red team. But they both walked away with other missions on their mind.
Yeah, we see the frowny face coming out from Jules as both junglers fell there, taking the red side of red.
And did you see how hard that Shen took those hits?
Yeah, with the W and with the, I mean, with all of the shielding that comes from Shen's passive, still, through all of that, not able to withstand all of the damage that Nondescript is able to put out so quickly.
Yeah, and he's building Deadman, so he's well aware, or built Deadman, so he's well aware.
All right,
Akali may be out of place as she quickly regrets her decision as Garen runs in behind, or right on top of her. Blaze blows the spell shield. Akali comes at it, tries to run away, dashes again.
Here comes the Shen
Garen
ult.
says, no, I'm good. Yeah. Shen comes in on it, flash for flash. Garen keeps chasing her down, and ultimately gets up.
Yeah, Ginger Oxide in a bad position here as Feoria comes in with the snowball into the ult. Ginger Oxide forced to flash away as JT Greatness is now left alone here. Only Bubbles barred, but Feoria able to secure those micro stuns. And JT will go down. As all of that pressure won bot lane for red side, but Travi just TPs right back in and looks like this mid turret is in danger as it is now a 4-on-5. Remref going straight in but gets feared by Fiddle, and the Bard ult comes on to both Tiddlywink and Ginger Oxide. Oh, but they are coming back up. The Poggle ult comes out and Fiddle will go down. River Otter now in a bad position as he will fall to Tiddlywink, and now it's 3-2. And blue team needs to be walking away this time as we are only 0.3k apart in gold, 0 dragons apart, and really dangerous. Ooh, Jules unfortunately walking straight into Travi as, let's see, the Gunblade comes to take the kill as Tiddlywink also falls to R2 from Travi, but not before Ginger Oxide can return the favor with their own passive. We are seeing a really high death count this game as we've got 49 deaths in just 34 minutes. And it's a pretty long game.
Yeah, it's a pretty long game, especially for Topaz. We just got done saying how they're usually done quickly. And usually they're not this high scoring, right? Like it's games at this elo are generally not high kill, right?
Yeah, we're gonna see the last few items come out for each of the roles, which is pretty rare that we get to full items. We see the Baron being called for as Feoria is already here, and Ginger Oxide well aware.
But it's going to be 3 versus 3.
Uh-oh. The Bard ult comes out to Ginger Oxide and JT. Feoria ults in the middle of them, and Ginger Oxide and JT Greatness will go down as Remref is now sent running. That blast plan must have been a mistake as it put Ginger Oxide and JT in the middle of this Baron take.
But they're dishing out the damage to this Garen, and the Garen just taking damage over and over again, running, trying to get away. Shields, not all for now.
No. It's just not in the cards, as now Tiddlywink and Jules, Shen and Syndra looking to take the dragon in response as a consolation prize. Travi, bit wise to it though.
Usually the handshake is only applicable in early game. Travi coming in saying, no, you can't have that dragon. I want it.
Well, we'll see, as Jules does have smite. Tiddlywink now forced to fight against an invisible enemy. Uh-oh. Okay, the red team does secure the smite, and Tiddlywink ults into the Zanyas, but Travi here with River Otter. Looks like Jules is forced into a bad position. Magical Journey comes over as Travi and River Otter continue the pursuit. Oh my god. Going back and forth over this dragon pit. Jules is playing with the blue team. The flash comes out as Ginger Oxide is now here for extra protection.
And that's a Smolder with a lot of stacks, right? So now they've got to be careful. And Smolder's ult is up, right? Yeah, it is up. So can quickly turn the fight. It looks like blue team decides they're going to reset.
Yeah, once Smolder gets to 400 stacks, that's where I start to become scared, because there are benefits to continuing to get stacks on Smolder. For every 100 stacks you get one more projectile on your E that you automatically spit out while you're flying on Smolder. Your Q will do even more damage, and your W, of course, will also increase in damage. Even though it's not doing much to River Otter, that Deadman's Plate is sure doing a lot. Here we have the greatest snowball ever coming with Ginger Oxide and JT Greatness feeling the brunt of it, and the bubble will stop Feoria's ult as Feoria will fall to Ginger Oxide's passive. JT Greatness with a beautiful disengage there with the bubble and ult to stop Feoria. Jules headed into River Otter, and truly that was just a complete reversal of what Feoria might have been expecting when snowballing in.
Yeah, and that Smolder ult really turned it too, right? Just a whole lot of damage. The shield just wasn't enough from the ult.
Yeah, it didn't look like Blue really was coordinated enough to secure what they wanted there.
The chat was saying, and I agree, this is such a coin flip game. One mistake could really just flip it either way.
Right. Let's see, I now also have the chat open. Yeah, agreed. Alright, we've once again entered that lull period where there are no objectives on the map, and the Baron is soon to be running out in just 40 seconds or so for the blue side. And without any waves, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to push with this Baron that they have left.
Looks like Bard's feeling a little naughty as he charges forward with all of his little meep followers.
Yeah, that's dangerous when he has all of the meeps collected. You know someone is getting slowed to death.
Right, as red team decides they don't like him there, they go over the wall. Magical Journey over towards blue as Bard retreats, but the rest of blue kind of defends him as he decides what he's going to do with his life choices.
Yeah, with no Syndra ult available as it was just wasted on Bard. Oh, the Bard ult comes out, collects just jewels. And there we go, another skirmish there. Thank you, Frederick, for following. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are in the heat of our Topaz match, the highest level of League of Legends that CMSA has to offer. It's Emerald players and above. And as you can see, we are venturing far into this game with no sign of an ending, as there's no soul taken just yet. There won't be even the possibility for another minute and a half. And Elder, probably a game ender, but won't be coming until at least 6 minutes from now.
Right, and blue's a little bit behind on the objectives, but they have grubs, right? I'm sorry, on dragons, but they have grubs. So
yeah, looks like a dead heat as Poggle is looking for Jules here, ults and manages to get the fear off on Jules as Feoria and Nondescript are here for the backup. The the teleport will be coming out from Garen, but not in time to save Jules, as now blue side's TP is coming from Travi and Garen is now put into a desperate position. This might be the advantage that they need as, oh, Garen does get away. Oh, but hit by that Bard ult, that is spelling danger. As okay, Garen does get knocked down as Travi falls to Ginger Oxide's passive. Okay, Tiddlywink forced into being very aggressive to ward off these enemies.
River Rotter still having his meeps, right? Standing forward and just trying to protect his team as they go for what I'm guessing is the fruit.
Yeah, and here we have Soul Point potentially for blue side and Soul for red if they could take it, but they are not in a good position to do so. It's the danger of letting Smolder go this late, as Smolder has now crested 430 stacks and continuing to go up. But we're gonna see that Execute play an important role, as not even Travi can withstand, with the Banshee's Veil, with the Chain-Laced Cruckers, and Zanya's still falling to the Smolder passive.
And according to the book of Nick.Z, 400 is the bad number.
400's the bad number. We've already gotten past there, yeah. And obviously, I know the Smolder rule that I had said previously was 22 minutes, getting that 125. But we're way past that. We're almost double on time there. We might have missed an entire game happen here already.
So sorry to Ruby.
Sorry, Ruby, but we'll catch Pearl at the very least. We'll get to Maple Mamba.
It is a great league, chat, and you should join.
Yes, Breezy Plays, thank you. Hopefully you're already part of the league in some way through CMSA, even though that's your first message in the chat. Okay, here we have Travi playing defense for Remaref over there as the Blast Plant gets taken, and blue team has secured the Baron, but now it's time to engage as the Nami ult and Smolder ult come down. Feoria looking like they're in danger as a Remaref falling to Nondescript and Travi, and Ginger Oxide will fall as well. It looks like blue team has already won this fight in the middle of it as Nondescript secures the kill onto GT Greatness. Tiddlywink now running for their life as the micro stuns come out. Tiddly falls as well to Nondescript. And now only Jules is left on the red side as blue team has the Baron and a prime position with this wave that Travi is walking through the mid lane with to 40 seconds of deaths and CCs.
And two of them go to chase the Shen down, while the rest of them go and just probably gonna try to end the game.
Yeah, this is looking like the end of the game to me, as it's 30 seconds. They have more than enough time. This game has gone to Belveth Sprats, Feoria, Hoggle, Nondescript, River Otter, and of course, the king, never defeated, even up until this game, Travi. 100% win rate, staying strong.
With that Akali.
With that Akali, yeah. So, Mike.
So who won? Let's take a look at our gambles. What'd you call it? The poll.
Let's look. I'm gonna check it out. Prediction. Unfortunately, no one voted, but I can say Belveth Sprats Blue did win. No one put their points on the line, but maybe. I know, Poggle, you voted, but you were the only one who voted in the last one, and so we had to get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we needed more votes.
We needed more votes. Cowards don't want to gamble. I can let that through. Okay, so, Mike, do we dare tempt fate and check if the next game is available to us before we even question if we should go to the next game or invite someone on the stream?
Yeah, let's see. Who's our next captain?
Next, we're going to be seeing if Sage is ready for us in the Ruby League. The tournament code is invalid. That must mean that we are already well into that game. But in the meantime, let's see if we can talk to Travi. Maybe real quick. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that game was a good game.
All right.
We need to ask about his criminal win rate.
Yeah, I do want to see if maybe if it's piling on nerves or what might be of interest to him to flex some new champions. And if we can't get an interview, if he's already late to his next game, then maybe we'll take a short break and we'll see if we can get into the last part of that Ruby game before it goes too far.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, we can interview. All right, Trav. Let's get you into League Lobby 1.
All right, and I'll move you from League Lobby 1 once I see ya. Once I remember how to use Discord.
Okay.
Yep, I see you.
Hello and
There's
welcome,
Trav.
Trav.
What's up? What's up?
What is up? Congratulations. I mean,
Did you like that performance? I feel like
I-
I did nothing.
Yeah, you feel like you did nothing, but you were there securing some of the kills that needed to happen, because how scary was Ginger Oxide Smolder that game?
He was hitting like a truck. I think
Mhm.
DFT's broken. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Deathfire Touch does go pretty crazy now even with the nerfs.
Well, it's that, and then the Black Cleaver. I think like the armor shred on the new DFT motor build, he
Yeah.
like is essentially hitting true damage. It was crazy.
Yeah, 100%. So,
Especially as a poor little Akali.
I know. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't-
I did nothing. My team carried me.
well, that's great that you're shouting out your team. I do think there were some moments that there was great coordination on your side. Like, I love seeing Feoria go in with all of the snowballs constantly. And I have one question for you that I think maybe you won't be surprised by, which is you have a 100% win rate, Trev. What are you feeling in each game as the question rises of will you keep it up? Are you worried about it? Are you thinking about it at all?
Like not really. I'm just kind of playing.
Not until now.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I kind of just wanted to practice a bunch of different champions. I just got a couple champs banned. I don't know if you guys knew. So I can't play Kennen or Lissandra anymore.
Yeah. We were talking about it a little bit. I hear through the grapevine. I'm an investigative journalist on this stream.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting though. I'm trying to keep the 100% 100% win rate, but it's hard with some of these really good teams. Like they played really well last game.
Yeah.
And my brother subbed in for support. He was the Nami, and I feel like he made it his goal to just not let me play the game.
Oh, that explains. I was thinking, wow, these Nami ults are coming directly at Trav. That's so interesting.
They were, and then Tid and I are friends, so Tid made sure to hold every QE for me as well. So I just couldn't even feel like I couldn't play the game. I had to go 2 defensive items. I went Banshees and I went Zonias. So.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be the victim of said aggression?
I feel like they are cyberbullying me, but I'm just trying to play the game. I think my like unintentional bait helped them to get distracted so that my team could carry me. Because I don't know if you looked at River Otter out damaged me completely. Like
I didn't see that. That is so funny. Well, yeah, you're going You're going the Merc Treads, the Iron Lace Chains, whatever they're called. The Banshee's Veil. It has AP on it, but it's not all of the stats Akali wants. I mean, but you were rich. Yeah. So, I mean, being able to afford those items, I mean, it is 40 minutes, but hopefully you get right back in it in your next few games. We won't keep you too long, so thank you so much for stopping by. We can
keep up the 100% win rate, and maybe I'll talk to you guys next week.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Trev.
Thank you.
I'll see ya.
Okay, let's see who we might be able to grab onto from that game. We were not able to join the... Oh, we are able to join. I didn't realize. Were they waiting for us?
Wait, no, you said we were doing... This isn't the right people.
Is this not the right people?
Didn't you say Sage?
I did say Sage, but I guess we're here. What group is this? Sage. Oh, Sage is Emo Loser. Okay, I thought so. For a second, I was confused, but we are ready for this next game to happen. Mike, I don't know if you need a break in between the games, but
nope, we're already behind, and I've got a cat on my lap. So
great. There's no moving either way.
Oh, he'll move as soon as the game starts. I'll walk back and forth in front of the microphone and try to ruin my life. But it should be entertaining on the stream.
We're hearing from the chat. Show the cat.
He will show himself. Oh.
Okay, we've got Zon's Zaddies on the blue side, and I'm not sure who the red team is, but maybe we'll hear from some of them.
This is Quark.
Aw, Quark.
Cat indeed. And Mythos is down there, but he will never let me pick him up. One does not approach a Mythos.
No.
Mythos approaches you.
Mythos has largesse to him and gravitas, perhaps, associated with that largesse.
You don't walk with Mythos, you walk among him.
You're scared.
Mythos is plural. by his very nature. Okay, so we've got the first few bands coming out. I want to show those just so we can see. We do already have Shyvana, Jarvan, and Akali band on the blue side. And on the red side, we've got Mundo, Echo, and Briar band. And there we have... Hold on a second. We see Sona, PP Bandit, comes out with the first pick on Sona. Then, on the red side, Thresh and Milio.
Ooh, which one of those is jungle? I'm gonna guess
Why is one of those jungle, is my question.
Don't ask questions. We'll see. We'll see. This is gonna be interesting. Well, if you remember, there was a Nautilus jungle a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that one I'm not as surprised at. But if there is a Thresh in the jungle or a Thresh in the mid lane, I will be a little bit surprised. I won't lie. We will be following that very closely today.
Of the two of them, I'm gonna guess that Thresh is off roll.
Yeah,
'Cause I can't-
Milio. Yeah, you can't even imagine it, right?
I can't imagine Milio being anywhere else. Right. I mean, maybe. What was it last week? There was a really weird pick top lane, wasn't there?
Zyra.
Was it Zyra? Yeah, maybe it was.
That might have been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. That
All
doesn't
right.
sound right, but it might have been.
And remaining bans, we're seeing Jarvan, oh no, sorry, Diana and Darius, as well as Akshan and Vex come out on both sides. And then we've got Nefiri and Set rounding out this very top lane and jungle focused team, as we must have Kale as the ADC. Is that what's happening here?
So that is confusing. So there's, yeah, I guess it's got to be Kale as ADC. Maybe Nefiri. I doubt it.
I do know Emo
Wow.
Loser is an ADC player, Sage. So that's perhaps the connection there. Where's Thresh going is indeed the question. Walk for Miles.
Yeah, because the Milio has to be going support, right?
Yes, and
The
Jinx
one- the one
ADC.
interest- The one interesting thing here is Kazik very rarely gets to play Zac. He normally gets banned. So we've got somebody playing one of their mains.
Well, Walk for Miles. FYI, I am the Thresh. Well, we'll be watching you, Walk for Miles. We'll be making sure to be super focused on how you are handling the top lane, it seems, as that must be where you're going. But we'll find out in just 2 minutes.
The walk for miles, does that mean you're jungling?
Right, yeah. Maybe you meant to pick Singed, and it's like you just missed by 1 letter. Singed to Thresh. Hey, I wouldn't be too... So, let me also get team names. Don't believe I have a team name for the red side.
We don't.
Zon's Zaddies, and how about I just name them Brahms Baddies for now? Just for now, until we have a good team name. Zon's Zaddies and Brahms Baddies.
I like it.
Okay,
Which one's
I'm gonna
which?
throw. We've got the blue side is Zon's Zaddies, and the red side is Brahms Baddies. I don't really have the names, but that'll be okay. All right, who will win Game 2? Mike, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna go with Zonzadis.
Really?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
blue side.
Yeah, blue side. And I'll say only because I don't know what Thresh is doing.
Hey.
So-
I'll be contrarian. I think that if you're this confident to take Thresh outside of the support role, there's something there. There
That's
is
fair.
guaranteed something there, and I'm saying Brahms Baddies is going to take this. Only because
And he
also
does.
Kale is so reliant on levels.
That's true.
Part of the beauty of Kale in the top lane currently is that top lane gets so much extra XP. And without that extra XP, when you're focused on building items instead, when Kale not that great at collecting gold until level 6, I think you're going to be a little bit in danger as a melee up until level 6 in the bot lane, especially against Jinx Milio with all of that extra range that's happening.
Right. I can see that argument. I disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zach is the linchpin here, right? There's not really. I mean, I guess you get a little tanky on Thresh, but Thresh, I mean, he's tanky, but he's not a tank, or not compared to Zach.
Right. I don't think Zach
and-
is the lane opponent though here.
No, he's not. I'm sorry, but that's Thresh would be his only.
Oh, just
would be-
the tank equivalent is what you're saying.
yeah,
Like filling in
yeah.
that tank role. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then, but I mean, he can stack his AD infinitely with his souls, right? So I don't know. I honestly don't know. This will be exciting. Yeah, a lot happened.
You know, Aurora also extremely strong champion, easy to burst down champions like Sona and Kale. It's really going to
Mobile.
be about that top side of the map for blue side. I think that's going to make the difference.
Right. And that's going to be a super mobile champ also, right? Aurora. What will they do?
Yeah, We're gonna have to find out, and we are just about ready, as now we're gonna see where exactly this Thresh ends up in just a second. Here we go. We do have Thresh top with Fleet Footwork into Pool Party set, Blazing Bowman's Pool Party set, and we're already here. So let's get the objective timers up. Can't believe we made it on time to our Ruby game. Thank you for waiting for us, if that's what happened.
Let's just pretend that they didn't wait for us and we were exactly on time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a wizard is never late or early. He arrives precisely when he intends to.
Yes, thank you, Gandalf. All right, we do have Doran's Helm coming out. This is the first time I've seen this item be bought in one of the CMSA games. So, new tank item, 110 health, 10 armor, and 10 magic resist, additional 5 damage to champions. We already see the stacks coming for Sona. This is a late game comp on the left side here, on blue.
And we do have Thresh top, you are correct. Against a set. I guess I can see it.
Yep. Both of them just hiding in this bush. We'll see what actually ends up happening.
I told you he'd stand in front of them as soon as the game started.
Oh, there he is. Pork the attention seeker. Okay. And here we already have it. Sage and PP Bandit forced behind their wave as, you know, everyone else might be skirmishing, but not the bot lane.
Well, Aurora looked pretty low health already.
Yeah, we've got a lot of trading happening in the mid lane as both of them are just sending their abilities at each other. Okay, Blazing Bowman. Ooh, Pinky Soup able to get the turret to fire onto Blazing Bowman, and it looks like Chef Zangy is here for a quick gank. Blazing Bowman might have seen that. Oh, I guess not, as Chef Zangy is here completely behind, as Pinky Soup now looking here. Will they be able to get the E comes out from Zangy, and the Q. Oh, the hook just misses, and that'll be the end of that gank. Well, that's a lot of good pressure in HP, but will it be enough to earn Thresh the pressure in lane that he needs?
Do you know, I was just thinking, you know, sets, I think it's his, I forget, it's E, where he collects damage and then deals it back. Those,
Thresh?
Do tower shots?
Set.
No, I'm sorry, set. Do tower shots count? I don't think they do.
They will add to his rage, is what I would call it. This rage bar that's underneath Set's HP. So it will add to that and add to the shield that he does, as well as the true damage that he'll eventually spit back. We have Skippy McSkipper looking for a gank here onto Zoerella and Pose, but Pose and Zoerella, of course, have that ward that just expired, so Skippy McSkipper would have been able to see that.
Yep, he sees it come in, but he may go in on this Aurora. Nope.
No, just probably looking for his wave, as this is the mid lane.
I of course know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, because he just roamed. Duh.
Yeah, he looked like the jungler there, guys. And there are so many top laners and junglers on the blue side that I even am feeling like I'm gonna lose track.
I'm smart, guys.
All right, Skippy McSkipper at just a third of their HP, as Kazik potentially looking for a gank here, as Firefly has no vision, and the Zac E comes out. Oh, the Q connects, and Firefly is knocked a little bit back, as Chef Zangy is here now on backup duty, but Firefly able to hold his own against Skippy McSkipper and Kazik.
Bot lane's just pushing up against bot turret here. Red into blue. As there's not much they can do about it early game. Thresh.
Oh, wow.
Thresh and Set going at it.
That is a lot of damage from Pinky Soup onto Blazing Bowman.
Yeah, and, you know, Thresh just having his way, moving the Set around wherever he wants. Flashes.
Wow.
Auto attacks him to kill the Set.
The flash auto E, so much damage, because that must be an Emax Thresh up in the top lane. That is dangerous. Firefly, the ignite onto Skippy McSkipper is not enough as they are both nearly out of mana.
What is he building? He's building tank. Okay.
Who is?
Thresh.
Oh, Thresh? Yeah, only that starter item, the Doran's health tank item, as now the Bami's Cinder comes out as well.
That was a lot of damage for building only tank.
Yeah, like you said, that passive damage, the E gets the most scaling off of those the souls that Thresh collects. Oh, here we have once again no ward
Zach.
from Firefly, and Kazik might be aimed the wrong way to get exactly onto Firefly as the Q once again connects. Skippy McSkipper though not in a position to go straight onto Firefly as the top lane skirmishing, but Chef Zangy is here potentially for a gank onto Skippy McSkipper. The ult comes out from Firefly and Skippy McSkipper says, you know what? Have the wave. Freeze it if you like.
Kazik starting Raptors and Zangy coming in and saying, no, those are mine. And
Yeah, at least the big one.
just at least the big one, yeah. And just taking care of it. Taking care of business.
All right. Oh, Jinx in a position to be ganked by Zac here, has to flash, but the traps from Jinx will collect both Kazik and PP Bandit and allow for some auto attacks to fall upon them. All right, Emo Loser. Halfway to level 6. That is the danger zone for red side as they can only bully for so long.
Fire. Yeah, and I mean, Sona doesn't really have the push power, right? 'Cause
No, not at all. I resisted saying that Sona is basically useless in lane with Kayle because, you know, it will keep Kayle alive long enough. But they're both mega scalers, so it's up to Pose and Zoe Relivere to really take advantage of that scaling that's going to happen there. Blazing Bowman ulting onto Pinky Soup, looking for this. Pinky Soup able to push Blazing Bowman into the turret. Blazing Bowman now takes 2 turret shots. Pinky Soup has gotten a solo kill once again.
Who is this? Who is this Thresh?
This Thresh is walking for miles towards the end as Emo Loser is now level 6 and Pose is in danger as this is no longer a melee kill. Kayle flashes and ghosts onto Pose and the ult comes out from Kayle as Pose will fall. But Chef Zangy coming in.
There's a gank. Yep. Zin coming in. Coming onto the Kayle. Flashes. Takes a couple turret shots, then backs off.
Yeah, now
Zach
Kazik with the
comes
counter
in.
gank.
Q
As-
landed on Zorella Bear as Chef Zangy goes in deeper.
Yeah,
As
but with
Zach
no
tries to keep
mana.
her- Yeah. And that's a very successful counter gank from the pile of goo known as Zach.
Yeah, Kazik able to secure a beautiful 3-0 for their bot lane. And that's 2 kills onto Kayle, who is also cull maxing. So this Kayle is going to be extremely dangerous when this cull finishes, when they hit level 16, and since they took the Doran's bow, they're already attacking pretty fast. Danger
That kill-
as... Go ahead.
Yep. I was gonna say, and that kill really put him ahead too, right? Like, yeah, they're down in farm, but now he has 2 kills, so
Yeah.
should be about even gold wise.
Yeah, if not, maybe... oh no, the turret platings might put Jinx just a bit more ahead. But here we see the objectives are well warded on the bot side of the map, but Kazik running straight into the grubs. Chef Zangy's also up here, but we'll see. These grubs look to be started by Kazik, but Chef Zangy looks like he's
Unaware.
not going towards his chickens.
Oop, he may know he's coming in probably for a gank on set, completely being unaware that Zach is there. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's gonna go in for a gank. Zach still finishing up grubs as Blazing Bowman tries to get away but can't, get CC'd to high hell. Keeps getting pushed back as Zach comes in and ganks, or counter ganks, and Set uses his rage and shields to get away. Thresh missing a Q, him narrowly letting Set escape.
Wow. Well done.
It was a great escape and a great counter gank.
Alright, more skirmishes as Chef Zangi's looking for a re-gank potentially, or just securing their spot in Kazikazik's jungle, forcing Kazikazik off of this Gromp, as Pinky Soup is now here. No need to be in lane. This is Chef Zangi's jungle now. As we saw Pose pushed completely out of their lane, it looks like, as they're now relying on Zoe Relibear for healing as they can continue CSing. Oh, here we go.
Skippy
Firefly
McSkipper.
looking for something there.
Yep, Skippy McSkipper being forced to back off as Aurora decides that she's going to recall instead. But did a lot of damage to Nefarious, and Nefarious is going to be forced to back as well.
The Jinx ult flies right by. That would have killed Skippy McSkipper for sure. Just maybe not the right amount of direction for that ult. So Relibear very brave against Emo Loser, holding the fort down as Pose comes back to lane. But now, with this scuttle taken by Kazikazik, Chef Zangi is looking to get some dominance over this Dragon Pit. Okay. Got skirmishes happening in the mid lane that overshadow the Dragon ward dominance. And
Skirmishes
neither
happen
team,
everywhere.
yeah, neither team looking like they really want to start the Dragon for fear that they might be the first to act and not able to get the counter off.
Right, and Blue's got more sight, but Red's got the Red's more aggressively placed, or more aggressively stanced.
Okay, here we got Kazikazik jumping in with E, lands on top of Zoe Relibear. The ult pushes Zoe Relibear closer as Emo Loser pops their ghost. The Sona ult comes out, and Pose is the target of the Emo Loser, but the ult comes out onto Kale, and Chef Zangi will not let up as Emo Loser will fall to Pose. And now, Sona goes down as well as Pose is double excited. This is looking good for Red side.
Nothing's worse if you're blue team than a double excited Jinx, except a triple excited Jinx.
Yeah, perhaps, or even further. I mean, what we saw there was really Sage, Emo Loser, focusing on Pose, which might have been the right choice, but just unfortunately not coordinated with their team as their damage was spread out amongst Zoe, Rella, and Pose. And the Cloud Drake, the first Drake of the game, will go over to Zangi and the red side, as Kazikazik continues to look for these ganks and just narrowly missing the bunny.
The bunny.
Yep.
Blazing Bowman being forced to... It's very rare you see a set put in his place this early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Thresh also kind of a ranged top laner, but now look at the level difference. 2 levels up on the top lane. Oh, here we have Chef Zangi going for a dive on Skippy McSkipper and forced to flash away from Kazikazik so that ramped up tower didn't get him. But, oh, wow. Blazing Bowman able to put Pinky Soup inside their turret, but Pinky Soup flashes away as Blazing Bowman flashes after. And nothing gained.
Chat saying, okay, Thresh top.
Yeah, Thresh top, better than we both thought, huh?
That's
Oh,
right.
Emo Loser. PP Bandit taking the Jinx ult on behalf of Emo Loser, saving them in the process. PP Bandit already having the Moonstone. Oh, here we go. Kazikazik and Blazing Bowman together able to take down Pinky Soup. And that is a shutdown going on to Blazing Bowman.
That was a great gang.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there waiting. He knew Thresh was going to throw the Q, and he was just waiting, sitting there waiting for it. He said,
Yeah.
you know what, set your bait.
Yeah, we see so much damage coming out from Pose onto PP Bandit, but there's also so much healing coming out from this Sona already.
Well, and the Kale. They both have. They both
Oh, that
have
is
it, right?
true. Oh, here we have Okay, the bot lane fight did dissipate a little bit as Blazing Bowman not able to 1v1 Chef Zangy. Chef Zangy will take that kill. An Emo Loser will fall to Jinx, as now PP Bandit forced under their turret. Dangerous situation, as Jinx is going to be able to potentially get this tier 1. Oh no, not quite enough. Oh, Firefly able to get a solo kill onto Skippy McSkipper in the mid lane.
That first turret looks like it's going to happen here any moment now. Probably bot lane.
Yeah, we see Jinx able to get that first turret, as Pinky Soup also collecting some plates up in the top lane on top lane Thresh. Okay, mid wave just being collected by Kazik, but Firefly still able to do some harassing damage to make sure Kazik doesn't have enough health to get everything they want. Look at these jungle levels. Both junglers a bit down from their individual solo laners, but still, red side, beautiful XP gain. They must be very present in these lanes.
And that actually brings up a good point. Look at mid level.
Yeah, 2 level gap.
2 levels above. Yep, 2 levels.
And that certainly is all of the experience that Kazik has to leech as they are protecting their laner. Pinky Soup and Chef Zangy looking for something on Blazing Bowman, as Kazik and Skippy McSkipper are trying to hold off 3 people mid, and Emo Loser able to take this turret in the bot lane at the same time.
Yep, so turret for turret, the handshake as you usually put it, right? Set fighting the Chef Zangy, and deciding to recall as 3 people are going to try to take top turret. They push into it. Kazik decides Gromp is probably more worthy than saving that turret. As Sona, there's a ward battle. And Sona is running for her little life. Chef Zangy coming in on Sona. Sona deciding, oh no, I don't like this anymore. Ults gets 3 of them. And ultimately falls to...
Yeah.
I didn't see who it was. Jinx.
It's not enough with this Hex Optics Jinx. Already with the heal cut, as now Kazik and Blazing Bowman are stuck underneath their turret, not able to leave, as 4 members of the red team are pressuring them to get the turret. Let's see, Zangy's gonna take the turret as Pinky Soup launches themselves onto Blazing Bowman, and Kazik will run away using their jump, as Blazing Bowman will fall to Chef Zangy. And that looks like it's a free Rift Herald for the red team, as Emo Loser just here taking each of the tier 1 turrets as they can.
Yep, and that's all 3, right? All 3 of the outer
Of the tier 1 turrets, right?
Yeah, the tier 1 turrets that have just been got, and they get Rift Herald.
Yeah, that's putting their lead at a little bit above 4K for Brahms Baddies, as I've renamed this team. Whatever their original name might have been. Alright, ooh! Beautiful damage from Firefly as that full combo is done onto Skippy McSkipper. Okay, Kazik able to get just a little bit of damage and the Q slow onto Pose. Okay, with the Infernal Drake up, it's the 2nd Drake of the game. Chef Zangy is the first jungler to be in this river, and it looks like Red has just a bit of pressure as their wave is further in the lane, and they've got the scuttle and wards around the dragon. Firefly lying in wait.
Kazik coming up, and I think, oh no, he's not aware. Oh, he sees the ward, making him aware that they're taking dragon. And he's probably going to go in for the steal.
Oh, nope. Does not make it in time as Chef Zangy's able to smite it. But Skippy McSkipper and Blazing Bowman going for a tower dive on Pinky Soup. So Pinky Soup is now looking aggressive against both of them, looking for a hook. But, ooh, we'll see. Oh, gets a 1v2 kill onto Skippy McSkipper.
All he needs is a Q and an E, right? And the tower does the rest.
Wow. So much damage coming out from this Thresh.
How many souls does he have?
75. That's probably about what you might expect at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not the super educated Thresh main on lane Thresh and how many souls you might be able to get, but that
Yeah,
feels like it's not outrageous.
I'm unable to tell you. This is the first time I believe I believe I have seen him in the jungle before, which I can see, right? Like, here's a W to come help me gank or whatever.
Oh my goodness, look at this damage coming out from Jinx Pose chasing down Emo Loser as PP Bandit can do nothing except for going. Oh, Emo Loser, the ult comes out from both Sona and Kale as Pose will be the first one to fall, and Zoe Relibear now forced on the back foot. This TP is coming in from Pinky Soup's Thresh, and to no avail.
Well, there is a little bit going on. They're going to get some of this damage as Zach jumps in. Thresh misses his Q, but the Zach Q is on the Thresh, and unfortunately there was nothing for him to proc it on.
Right.
And they're just going in. They got a good chunk of that turret. Chef Zangy coming in on Blazing Bowman, and Blazing Bowman shields, and looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, excuse the face that I'm wearing right now, but Zangy looking super confident, rushing onto Chef Zangy, or onto Blazing Bowman. You have to land that Zinj. Oh wow, PP Bandit already down from this Firefly full combo. I could see that a mile away. Gotta be super careful as Sona.
Yeah, that's the downside to Sona. She's got like the lowest HP in the game, right? So you go anywhere and you look at if
someone
something
the wrong
offends
way.
their nasal passages, you will be popped and you'll be dead.
100%. So, still, this AP Zinj. Oh, Zoe Relibear face tanking into that bush as Pose is now looking for Emo Loser. The ult launches onto Skippy McSkipper instead, and it looks like Pose might be going down as Emo Loser flash E's, and Firefly returns the kill onto Emo Loser. Okay, it's a bloodbath here.
Zach coming in to save Nefiri. Firefly regretting the decision and
able to just walk it out.
Able to just walk it out, exactly. They drop Rift. Rift is coming in without the assistance of somebody coming into it. Charges up. Knocks the turret almost over as they kill the Rift, but there is barely anything left on that turret for the next pass on red team to take easily. Chef Zangy taking Krugs as Zach flies over, and then Chef Zangy just flashes and then takes the blast cone back over to Dragon just to get away for free, essentially, that Krug.
Yeah, Kazik did get the last hit onto the big Krug, so I mean, Chef Zangy's still able to get some jungle experience over on Kazik, but it's not too much. The only thing Blue maybe wastes is a little bit of tempo following along with Kazik, but what's PP Bandit doing anyways? So that's free. Ooh, Q connects from Pinky Soup onto Blazing Bowman. We see the static shiv is what I just noticed on Pinky Soup. That on hit, yeah, it is a lot of on hit damage from Thresh, so that's gonna go straight through the minions onto Blazing Bowman.
That's actually, what is that? Hallowed Radiance, and a Quicksilver. Is that a Quicksilver Sash? Or
That's
is
a
that
static shiv.
Oh, that's
no, over here. This is the Doran's helm.
Yes, the Doran's helm. Yeah, sorry, and then static shiv. I kind of read that in a weird order because I was confused.
Oh, here we go. The ADCs are duking it out as Emo Loser, ooh, narrowly avoids that turret damage with PP Bandit's ult and Emo Loser's ult, just able to completely run Jinx down through Jinx's flash, through Jinx's barrier.
Chef Zangy coming down, forcing Sona and Emo Loser to run away as they run into Firefly. Sona taking it, or not Sona, who was that? Kale just popping to the damage as Chef Zangy comes in and just decides he's going to have Kazik's red, and there's not much Kazik can do about it.
Yeah, with Zoirella and Firefly in tow, there's no one who can stop Chef Zangy from walking through here.
Poor Sona just taking the damage and running as Kazik also just taking the damage as he flashes away. Chef Zangy comes in right on top of him as Firefly just doles the damage out, and Sona keeps them healed, but the Sona falls. Chef Zangy dives the turret. Zach procs his passive, and they just do all the damage they can as they go deeper and deeper into Blue's world. But unfortunately for Chef Zangy, they were able to kill him, so it was 2 for 2, I believe.
But only one fell on the red side, so that's still really good, especially considering they didn't have all of their team. But that dive was beautiful from Zoe Relibear and Firefly, sharing a bit of the turret damage so that Chef Zangy could get through, and still Emo Loser almost fell in the middle of that.
And they got the with both junglers being down, they just decided they were going to take the dragon without the help of a jungler because they knew there was no smite there to
stop them.
Counter it.
Yeah. And here we have, I mean, it's pretty clear Firefly is dominating being in the right place at the right time. 6-0-1, a big shutdown on Firefly as they are just always there with their full stack Dark Seal, ready to collect the kill that has been running away from Zangy or from Pinky Soup.
Right, and not dedicating the money to finish out that Magi's, right? It's a fine line from when you do it. I don't understand the argument for. Well, we'll talk. That's a conceptual question. We'll talk later.
About Magi's versus Darkseal?
Well, so people say that, like, you know, you're supposed to wait till 10 stacks then buy the Magi's. But to me, you get more stacks when you get an assist or a kill when you have Magi's. So
That's true.
Wouldn't you want? I always buy it earlier because it's a relatively cheap item.
But you lose more if you have Magi's than if you lose on the Darkseal. So
just don't die. I'm Zillion.
Right. That's the answer right there. But it is super gold efficient still to have the Darkseal while you are building bigger items. And if you happen to not die, then your gold is even more efficient. Emo Loser just taking all of these zaps from Pose as they're now at half HP, waiting for PP Bandit to get their W off cooldown for even more healing. And look, all the way back up. Looks like it's just about Baron time as Zoe Relibear is getting the wards up here as now Emo Loser and PP Bandit forcing this wave into the mid turret.
Baron time. There's just some trades.
Wow.
That Jinx is just doing loads of damage.
Right.
As Kale fights to get level 16. Only 3 levels to go.
Yeah, this has been not that eventful of a game in terms of tower objectives being taken. 5 towers taken on the red side in 28 minutes. I mean, that's against the team that is the super scaling team, Zon's Zaddies. So we could see... Oh, I had the stream paused. We could see eventually the scalers come all the way up. They might have lost every dragon, but it doesn't matter if they get to the point they need to get to. That'll just maybe be GG.
Look at what Red is doing here. They're just sitting there waiting for someone to come exploring, and it's going to be that poor Sona. Sona's going to say, hey, you know what? There's no wards here, but ooh, they're going to get a Zac. They must... No. Zac, losing all of his health almost immediately, steps on some of his goo, gets it back, starts running, but will it be enough? Is he going to be able to get out? He ease away as Sona is now in danger, and they start Chef Zangy chasing down Sona. Skippy McSkipper acting as a distraction as Thresh comes in, misses a Q as just about everybody... Oh, they may kill Sona under the tower. Poor Sona sitting there just taking damage from all 4 of red as they have their way with bot turret, but blue trades it for top tier 2.
Pose ran up top to answer Blazing Bowman and Emo Loser up here, but I mean, it's really an odd configuration of 4-1 on both sides as it's 3-2 up in the top lane for blue side. Pose able to save their inhibitor turret as the pressure is mounting bot. Kazik goes in with an E, not having their R, which they used to save themselves previously, and Sona not having heal, which was used to save Kazik. Oh, there we go. Kazik will fall to Pinky Soup. But the Sona ult comes back out, and Chef Zangy will fall in response. Pinky Soup landing that beautiful Q, and now Zoe Relibear in danger. But Pinky Soup does get that kill onto PP Bandit as Emo Loser dies up in the top lane, and Blazing Bowman will follow as Firefly is there for the secure to save Pose from danger.
I just realized I know now the thinking on Thresh Top. It wasn't Thresh Top, it was an anti-Kazik Zac pick. Because every single time he tries to jump away, he fillets him back.
Yep. Yeah, and the Xin Zhao also great at getting that last auto off of the 3 Qs that knock someone up at the end of them. It's just what crazy champions to counter Zac.
By the way, I'd like to point out it's now 30 minutes into this game. Who is it? Pinky Soup. I am the last horse to cross the finish line. I just figured it out.
What's that?
The Thresh pick. Why they pick Thresh.
Oh, yes. Okay, here we have the Chemtech Drake being started by the red side, and this will be Soul for them. It is down to half HP, and Kazik doesn't look to be... Oh, he is going in for it, and he does steal it with his smite! Oh my god, Chef Zangy looking for revenge onto the blue team. So aggro as the Zac passive is destroyed, but Chef Zangy looking for something here. PP Bandit trying to get his allies out of there, and Firefly will jump onto PP Bandit and secure that kill. Okay, no soul, but they are in a great tempo position with Emo Loser on the opposite side of the map, forced to back now.
Thresh just wailing on top turret as Aurora sets up to do the same for mid.
Yeah, I mean, the macro play from red side was maybe a little better. Of course, it's always nice when you get a steal onto the dragon. Skippy McSkipper forced away as now everyone is focused on the mid turret. Everyone who remains, at least. That mid turret does look like it's near falling as Pose is looking for the last few autos on it. When this minion waves comes, we're probably gonna see an excited Jinx run after Skippy McSkipper. And there we go. And all right, there's a little bit of restraints. Kazik comes in with the E, and the ult comes out as there is a massive amount of CC coming on. Zoe Relibear will be the first to fall as red side TP comes in. Pinky Soup gets ulted by Blazing Bowman. Firefly in danger, ease away, then Blazing Bowman is the first one to fall. Now, Firefly falls to Skippy McSkipper, and Chef Zangy is there laying on the damage as Pose is able to get a triple kill. This is looking like it's the end of the game as there is 33 seconds before anyone comes up on the blue side as the first super minion wave is coming in. That's probably it as Pinky Soup, Chef Zangy, Firefly, Pose, Zoe Relibear can claim victory in the second game of the night, this week 5 of CMSA's League of Legends Season 2. That's Ruby.
Well, a lot happened in the last 60 seconds, or 120 seconds, right?
Yeah,
So,
and there's some clear wins across the board.
Right, well, on both sides, that Dragon Steal, right? I wanted to talk about it, but too much action was happening. There's only a few junglers in the game that you're pretty much guaranteed to steal, and Zac is one of them because you can knock the jungler up, making them unable to smite.
They can still smite while they're knocked up.
Oh, they can? I thought they couldn't. Well, see,
yeah.
There you go. That's why I'm wrong.
No, you're good. You're good, and you're also not a jungler. But that's all right.
That's true.
You can smite while under those CC effects because for some reason you're still able to. Right. So we saw an amazing amount of damage coming out from Pose. I mean, it's what we might have imagined that red side was supposed to win through the bot side of the map, but because there was so much attention on set and from Chef Zangy, I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to pull it through, but they did. They ultimately snuck past the scaling zone of Kayle and Sona and just pushed through to end it.
Right, and the Kayle was almost to 16, almost made it. They saw the promised land.
Yes. So we might still be a little bit behind. So I'm gonna jump right into, oh, it was called Piltover Party Girls. They were the potential winners. Okay, let's see. Prediction, Zonzaddy's blue. So we're gonna delete this because no one voted against it. So we'll return those channel points. So if you voted incorrectly, you got lucky this time. Let's see if we can catch Maple Mampa's game.
We need
And if
people to vote so that we can. There we go. Oh, well, we're still waiting on someone.
yeah, that was really fun to watch. Walk for Miles, that Thresh top, being able to 1v2 in those instances, that's crazy. That is just crazy to see Thresh top work in the way that it did.
It was a really, really interesting pick. Got to admit, didn't expect it to win.
Yeah.
It did.
All right. Let me get
Just stop with
team
the claws,
names.
sir.
Oh, he's Cork have his claws out.
Yeah, and he's just like walking all over me with the claws out. You're about to get locked out, dude. Ah. Sorry, guys. I was gonna lock him out, but I didn't have time. I was a little bit late.
You're good.
As I told you, I said I don't have an excuse for being late, but my reason is that I have an orange cat.
Yeah, and that's simple enough. That'll explain it all. Okay, so we are waiting just a little bit on our last game of the night. And so, while we wait, how about we take that break that was promised to us in between each game, and we'll be right back once the action is ready to go for our last game of the night, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
And we'll see you for the Pearl game.
Yeah, so stay tuned, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back. We are ready for our last game of the night. We'll be watching the Pearl League. And so, we've got our Pearl League, which, I mean, I can see here is low silver and below. So, this is really the interesting part of the league. I mean, I see we have one gold player in here. This is going to be where we see the unique picks. This is, I mean, I want to show, just as a reminder, who the win rate champions are here. Pearl, 100% win rate, Seraphine. 75% win rate, Morgana, Nautilus, Poppy. This is support kingdom. The supports run this league.
How many games have there been? I'm assuming we're on week 5, right? So 3 games per night.
There's a little bit more than 3 games per night. There's, because each player plays 3 games, which means that there's 6 games per night, right? Is that right?
Well, I think it would depend on the league. I was trying to figure out like 9 games out of how many possibilities.
Well, let's see. I do have the pick ban percentage. So
that works.
The pick ban percentage for Pearl for Seraphine is, no, that doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense at all. Oh, maybe I have the stats all mixed up. I don't think I do.
I think you sent them to me. I can find them.
Those actually were not the correct stats, oddly enough.
Oh, well then never mind.
Okay. Yeah, we might have some interesting stats up on the screen that kind of reflect, but hey. So, we got some interesting chats going on in this lobby. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna pick Yumi mid. I mean Soraka.
Yeah, maybe Yumi mid. We've got. I know there's some swag videos about Soraka mid. I know Needy Henry is choosing Soraka, and so I think there's a lot of interest in Soraka mid generally. Which, hey, if it works for you, go right ahead, because if it's not being punished by an assassin, I think you should go for it in whatever league you end up being.
That's right. And we are starting the bans on the last game of week 5 in Pearl. And so far we have Jin and Morgana.
Yeah.
Followed by Nasus.
All right, we are definitely seeing the Morgana ban come out. That is super interesting because there are a lot of Morgana players in the Pro League. I've found she is really popular.
Well, and Seraphine has not yet been banned, right?
So but we do know, yeah, Maple Mambo was saying that they're calling for their support to play Seraphine. They might not get first pick, but maybe in that second round of 2 picks on the red side.
This is where dreams go to die. The league lobby.
Yeah, the league lobby. Okay, we do, hold on, just need to make sure that we are all edited here. Oh, it won't let me change the names, but maybe if I do that and then I go back, right back. Okay, I just had to swap our cameras just a little bit to change it, so now we've got Brahms Babes on the blue side and Orange Otters on the red side. The first pick is Lilia coming out, and it's responded with Amumu. That's Maple Mamba's Amumu, I would imagine.
Are you expecting it to show on the stream? Because I don't see the writing on there.
It's above on the top left and top right of the stream.
I was scrolled down. The entire last game I didn't have it. Whoops.
There you go. That's maybe why you're like, how does he know the teams that he's referencing at every moment? I'm checking the stream. So we don't have Seraphine, but it might be coming out on the blue side as the perfect pair for Ashe. We see this in pro play a lot. Ashe Seraphine, because if Seraphine is Eing a target who is already slowed, instead of slowing them, she will automatically do a root on them when she hits with her E. And then if she's hitting a target that's already CC'd in any way, then it goes up to a stun. And so, Ashe, of course, the CC and slow bot, perfect for Seraphine.
This is an interesting team. Both teams actually. Lilia, the burn and the slow, because she's going to build Rylai's, and then Ash with another slow. Warwick just chasing people down. Right?
Yeah.
They have low health.
And the ban of Leona comes out. It seems like this league is much more interested in focusing specifically on the players and what they play. And that's where I might be a little bit out of my depth. Where I see Lilia, I think, oh no, there's going to be a Milio appearing on the enemy team. Not so, not in Pro.
Still possible. Milio gets played like there's the Seraphine.
There we
ban.
go, the Seraphine ban coming out to make sure that Goji Daddy's Ash, I'm not sure if they're the ADC player on this team, but that they don't get that instant win, the instant lane win that comes with playing Ash Seraphine, especially when there's only one enemy body that Yuumi is attached to.
Where will we go? Nocturne ban, I can see it. Nocturne can be annoying.
Yeah. I mean, Amumu has already come out, so I'm not sure where Nocturne exactly would be going. But, hey,
There was
once
a
again,
fresh top last game.
yeah, there was a Thresh top. Who knows what's happening here? There was a Fiddlesticks top in our Topaz game.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, we're all about the weird here.
Yeah. So we do have Urgot top coming out for the red side, and it's looking like they've got their team all compiled. Maybe just missing a control mage on the red side. And oddly, in a similar position on the blue side, although they might be looking at a Nivea, if I were to just put this team together to finish out that Freljord comp, or Victor. But if I'm on the red side, I might be looking at Syndra. I might be looking at a little extra damage so that... Oh,
Israel. Okay.
Ezreal. Okay, we've got enough AP with Lilia, they say, and they bring out the Ezreal mid.
And that's a lot of AD coming from the red team. We got...
I see. Vayne.
But there's also not... This is... Let me digest this for a second.
Yeah, right? I think we've got Vayne top, and we've got Urgot mid, or Vayne mid, potentially. But this is very interesting. I'm excited for this last game of the night.
I think I'm going to give my vote to blue team, to Brahms Babes.
Okay, I hear you. Let me make the prediction, and we'll see. Who will win game 3? Pearl. Okay, we've got Brahms Babes, blue, and we've got Orange Otters, red. Who do we think? Good luck, all. And we've got 5 minutes, so let's see if we can get this prediction going.
I'm sorry, Frosty. Maybe if you had Twitch.
What do you mean if you had
banned.
Twitch? Oh, because you're not, because yeah.
His Twitch always gets banned. He must not be ADC. I didn't see what role he was playing.
Well, we'll see.
And the reason...
Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm torn right down the middle. I can't decide. I'm just like 51-49 in favor of Brahms Babes, but every time I think of it, it switches to 51-49 in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I'm definitely more attuned to voting for Brahms Babes in this instance, just the CC alone. Of course, there is that Amumu ult that's going to be coming down, which could do wonders, but will there be enough burst down on the red side to make up for their lack of CC?
And here's my thought. I think the win's going to have to come from bot side if you're on blue team. The win will come because Ash and Braum only have one target to harass, right?
Yeah.
Yumi's gonna be on the Jinx of the Vayne. I'm assuming the Jinx, right? And Jinx
not a very mobile
dodge.
champion, Jinx.
Right, and you're gonna have to dodge everything, and that's why I think that the game is gonna be made down there. But Lillian, wait, I just realized that must be Warwick top.
Yeah, that one I'm not too surprised at because I've seen Lilia top and I've seen Warwick top. Of course, it's a flex. They're both able to serve in that bruiser-ish top role if they just change their build a little bit. And then they're also able to roam around the map because they're both very high speed champions. So it's not too surprising.
But against an Urgot or a Vayne?
I'd rather be Lilia into Urgot or Vayne than Warwick.
Right. I think... Yeah, let's see. This is going to be interesting. I think if it gets to late game, red team wins.
You think so? I mean, it might be. I'm surprised at this Yuumi pick, but I do want to see these Yuumi Qs do a lot of damage. Because that is really the unsuspecting part of Yuumi, is that she's a lane bully in some ways. Like, she doesn't heal on her E, but if you can aim those Yuumi Qs, you can kind of be the untouchable thing that is stopping all of the progress of your opponents.
And actually, now that I think about it, all that Braum needs to build is armor. And he's probably fine. So that's a Vayne top, Urgot mid, Jinx ADC.
Yeah.
With a Warwick jungle. So we just answered all of our questions.
Yeah, this is a lot of what I was thinking might happen here, and at least it's not Warwick top against this Vayne, because that might be a little bit of a harder time for the blue side. Instead, we've got the matchups just as Moen's described. We see Ezreal starting with the Tear of the Goddess in the mid lane, saying, you know what, I don't need the HP. I will be fine against this Urgot.
Urgot.
Minions have spawned.
Okay. Here we have it. Medeo alone looking at Spellfire, and oh, Spellfire not autoing that ward, so they do not get it in the end. But each side kind of meeting, saying hi to each other.
Yep, as Yuumi comes down. Who's Yuumi? Aspen, okay.
Alright. Already got the first little blood of damage onto Maple Mamba, but not too much as C9 Snoops tries to assert some lane dominance. He will likely be able to, as the ADC, push faster than Urgot will ever. Okay, Spellfire already taking a bit of damage from Medeo and Aspen Moth. But, uh-oh, looks like danger for Medeo as the first Braum passive will be procced, and Medeo will be forced to flash here and barrier. And that is already 3 sums out of Medeo, and he's still low on HP.
Yep, and that's precisely what I would be worried about if I'm the Jinx, right? Like I said, one turret or one target for the Braum to hit, and the Ashe, right?
Yeah. Space Dandy taking quite a bit of HP down. Oh, Medeo then procced with another Braum passive as the autos are going to come out. Goji Daddy able to get the stun on, and Medeo will fall to Ashe, and first blood will be taken by Goji Daddy. Leaving poor Aspen Moth, the Yuumi, alone in the lane to CS by herself.
Who has chosen to CS, which is a brave choice. Brazen act on the part of the Yuumi, who's advancing on the Braum. Oh, never mind. Okay. For a second, it looked like
we dare not. We dare not.
For a second on the minimap, it looked like they were going towards the Braum.
We could get crazy, but not that crazy. As, I mean, we're already seeing... Yeah, right. I mean, each game we've seen melee top and range top. And look, the CS differences are already occurring. Oh, Maple Mamba flashing and Eing forward towards C9 Stoops, but C9 Stoops ease away, and now Maple Mamba forced into a bad position where they need to be the one to back first. Oh, here we go. Jotaro Albane able to get behind Frosty Penguins, launches the E, maybe just a bit too early, does not get the fear off on Frosty Penguins, flashes forward, forcing Frosty to flash and ghost as Jotaro. Oh, the E from Space Dandy landing onto Frosty Penguins. That'll force an immediate back as Jotaro's looking still for something here, but Gray is here, ready to force Warwick off. Now it looks like it's going to be a fight over this scuttle.
Coming in for the scuttle, Amumu comes in, misses his Q on Warwick. Warwick turning around saying, you know what? No, this is my scuttle. I want it. Starts chasing him. Amumu Qs into Warwick, but unfortunately it didn't do enough damage, and Warwick takes the kill on Amumu.
Yeah,
And-
you might all... Yeah, and he gets a scuttle. You might be familiar, Warwick has a passive that when above 50% HP, he has a little bit of life steal and magic damage on hit, but when he's hungry, when he has that low HP, he goes into the frenzy and starts receiving even more healing on every auto attack. And so Gray, with no ability to stop the healing, it's just with lethal tempo from Jotaro Albane, that's gonna be everything. He can 1v1 maybe any champion in the game at this moment.
Even at level 2 or 3 or whatever he was at the time.
Yeah.
There's just I think you're right. Pick bot lane. I think the action's going to be there next.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Medeo forced under their turret as there's just no space that can be made by Yuumi Jinx compared to Braum Ashe. The abilities are coming out from Medeo, but it's not enough to secure this wave and what they want, and a sizable CS lead is happening in quite a few lanes already. Okay. A little bit of a lull as both teams are awaiting the clears of their junglers. Ooh, Spellfire able to get that Braum passive onto Medeo, and once again the Braum passive ticks. Goji Daddy taking 2 turret shots in danger, as it looks like Medeo and Goji Daddy are in a similar place HP-wise in spite of the fight going towards blue side.
Turret really evening up the HP in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, just shows that one misstep. Jotaro Albane coming in on Maple Mamba.
On Urgot.
Oh.
Urgot executing the other mid laner as Warwick turns around and just slaps him down.
Yeah. I mean, that was really close. I was sure that Jotaro was going to be able to get the kill onto Maple Mamba before the ult fully went through. Oh, here we have the sleep coming out as Space Dandy's looking for a kill onto Frosty Penguins and gets it with along with the ignite.
That condemn into the wall is a nasty combination. It's hard, or it's easy to forget that'll happen, right? Like in the middle of in the heat of things.
Because why does this champion also have CC in addition to being a ranged top laner? Might be the question for some. Graham revealing that Warwick is already on this Cloud Drake, and Yuumi coming to help out. And now it looks like there might be a little bit of danger for Jotaro Albane as the exhaust comes out from Yuumi, but Braum is here in time to get the passive onto Amumu. Gray falls, and now Yuumi will also go down. This looks like it's going to be a free Drake. Well, not free, well earned for Jotaro Albane and the blue team.
And there was one problem there. The Yuumi unfortunately just didn't have any mana when she went into that fight, right? So although she was there, pretty much all she was giving was her passive.
Yeah, she does now have a Tear of the Goddess that she's just bought along with this Fairy Charm, but will that be enough to give her the shielding and healing power? We'll have to see, as Warwick's coming back in on Maple Mamba.
And she went Dark Seal, so she's expecting to get a lot of assists here.
Yeah, I mean, you might think it's free with Yuumi, where you don't need to really die or put yourself in danger as often as other champions, but we'll see if she is able to secure those assists with the 350 gold spent on Dark Seal.
I do love me some Yuumi though, so I don't.
Yeah, no hate to Yuumi. I've been known in my trek to Grandmasters at one point I was spamming Yuumi, so no hate towards the Yuumi players out there, but you do need the exact right. Oh, the ult lands from Maple Mamba and Ezreal is crushed in Urgot's grinder. Oh, Goji Daddy running from Gray. Oh, the ult from Gray comes out as Medeo is now poised to take a double kill here. And Spellfire. Oh, Gray takes the double kill. Beautiful job by Amumu with that gank. And that will give an amazing amount of pressure for bot lane.
You gotta share the wealth, Graham said.
All right.
This Frosty is being extra aggressive, just pressed up against the turret, presumably because he knows Gray is bot lane. Takes a plate as a Jinx ult, or a
Stray Ezreal ult.
Yeah, Stray Ezreal ult.
Oh, the ult comes out for Space Dandy. Frosty
Sleeps.
Penguin ults in response, and Ghosts, now Space Dandy and Frosty Penguin doing the dance as Frosty realizes, oh, hey, maybe my ult will run out, and then I'll be in a worse position than before. Space Dandy playing with Frosty Penguin's HP as they keep Conqueror stacked up, and a little bit of a détente.
And that's a very dangerous place for Frosty to be in right now, because the more she hits, the faster she gets, and the faster she gets, the harder it is for Vayne to get away. Right.
Right.
So, making the smart move and resetting.
Okay, finally a game that maybe doesn't have as much of a bloodbath element to it, as both sides are taking it pretty slow around these turrets, especially in the bot lane. Oh, but what do we have here? Gray and Maple Mamba coming up to Space Dandy, not expecting that because Frosty is supposed to be their lane opponent. Gray lands the Q on Space Dandy as Maple Mamba tosses behind, and that'll be Gray's third kill of the game. But here we have C9 Snoops and Jotaro able to get the kills onto both Urgot and Amumu, but the Warwick healing is too much for Frosty Penguins to take, as that is 3 kills for blue side up in the top lane.
That was quite the turn of events.
Yeah, I just say it's not a bloodbath, and then they prove me wrong instantly and say, we're team fighting now. So the grubs are being taken by Jotaro.
Grubs are taken, but the gold's still not horribly far off. Red team's still in this.
No, yeah, it's not a done deal just yet. We do have 3 grubs on blue side, the Drake on blue side, and just a 1.5k golds lead, but, you know, it's not over, because Yuumi is ultimately a scaling champion as well.
Yep. With that adaptive force. Does she still have the adaptive force passive?
Yes, she does give increasing scaling adaptive force to her partner that she is on. And with her best friend, she's able to give quite a few more bonuses, and we do see that Medeo's Jinx is her best friend currently. But also, let's look at that. She's got the Forbidden Idol. That's going to scale into something, because obviously that item does nearly nothing by itself. It's eventually going to become a full item and give real stats. She's got the Tear of the Goddess. She's got that Dark Steel that's continuing to stack up. Maybe it's going to be Yuumi time in 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, as long as they can continually dodge these Braum Qs, but Amumu looks like he's coming in for a gank bot lane.
Oh yeah. Great, looking for something revealed by the Ashe E, so the wind is a bit taken out of that sail.
But he's staying there.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm drinking my coffee.
Yeah. The Drake is up, and Gray is the first one here as Spellfire and Goji look toward it. C9 Snoops being chased by Maple Mamba, but Spellfire is here first. Maple Mamba forced to flash away in order to not get stuck behind that. Aspen looks like they are just clearing the wards out of the Drake pit. And now Jotaro is here.
Yep, Warwick coming over, hopping over the wall with Blast Cone. Chases and just starts the dragon, does not even bother with the fight as the other 3.
Okay.
Ooh, ults onto Amumu, kills the Amumu, turns towards Medeo, starts attacking the Medeo. Medeo flashes. Warwick says, I don't care, I'm taking your life, as he also follows the Yuumi, who, poor Yuumi, just runs towards the tower and says, I need to keep my stacks.
Yeah, on both sides there, we see Maple Mamba's ult killed Goji Daddy, but then he was alone, ultimately, in the end, at the top side of the river, where blue side won both ends of the fight, thanks to that Braum ult and the Jotaro ult winning the bot side fight, and then just all of the pressure from Ashe and Braum in the top side.
And that's an example of the jungler can be late to the party, but still make it fun.
Right. Okay.
The gold is now about 3k off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is that we're beginning to see blue side a little bit trying to run away with this, but not through top lane, of course. It's mostly through Jotaro's influence, as he's now 7-0-2 with 1 full item. And almost done with his jungle item. Okay. Got People running around the map as we're now in that lull period. There will not be something on the map for another minute and 30 in terms of objectives, but bot is looking to pressure this turret that has already lost half of its HP. Okay.
Just a whole lot of poke back and forth
Yeah,
right now.
and farming. Farming is the
Right.
name of the game as we're getting ready. Does this... having the bird's eye view here... Oh, here we have Spellfire going on to Medeo. Will Goji Daddy be able to get it? Oh, no, the stun does not go through, and the Jinx traps make sure that nothing will happen there. Now we've got Gray going in onto Space Dandy. Space Dandy hiding in the alcove as Frosty Penguins likes this. This is close to the walls that Frosty Penguins needs. Fortunately, the E does not come out on time, but Gray is able to ult, and Gray will secure the kill onto Space Dandy.
Warwick changing his mind and just walking away.
I see
Doesn't
what we
have a-
missed. Sorry, just before it gets too long and the respawn happens. Maple Mamba chasing to try to join the top fight and got caught by Warwick and Ezreal in that river.
What were you about to say about the bird's eye view?
Now that you have a bird's eye view, like, of what the Pearl League is like, does it feel the same when you're in the game versus when you're looking at it from this perspective? Does it generally... What's the difference in feeling?
I'll have to think about that for a minute. It's weird seeing all the site, like knowing where the site is. Especially right now, I think red team doesn't have as much sight as I would expect, but Yuumi doesn't... Yuumi can't ward unless whoever she's on really goes out and...
Yeah,
lets her.
or she gets off. Oh, here we have Jotaro knocking Gray off of their own Grump and then just saying, you know what, I'll leave, that's fine.
You can have Grump, I didn't want him anyway.
As Frosty and Maple just take the Rift Herald by themselves. Oh, Gray falling to Jotaro as Medeo is now in danger. Jotaro able to take at least 2 turret shots and get a double kill down there.
And Yuumi hanging onto those Dark Seal sacks for dear life. And doing a good job of it, I might add.
Yeah.
Spray Ezreal ult comes and narrowly misses everyone up there. As Urgot goes in to take blue, maybe? Nope.
And we see the Zazax Realm Spike come out on Yuumi in response to the Celestial opposition on Braum. Got tank versus damage coming out from Yuumi as the Whispering Circlet comes out for Yuumi.
Yep, she's definitely going for damage on those Qs.
Yeah, this is what's interesting to me because we saw this as well with last game where the Enchantresses are building Zazax Realm Spike, which typically I think of as a mage item. But when these Enchantresses are doing it, they're adding quite a bit of damage, saying, you know what, my ADC doesn't need to stay alive as much as the enemy ADC needs to die faster than mine does.
Right, well, in fairness, it's not like it doesn't help healing at all. AP usually scales the healing as well, just not as much as a traditional support item.
Yeah, or Dream Maker, which has that built-in...
That's what I meant,
Yeah.
Because that is still a support item.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Maple Mamba flashing and Eing onto C9 Snoops as it looks like they will not get anything out of it as Spellfire perfectly blocks all of Maple Mamba's W.
C9 Snoops ease away perfectly, right? And then ults the wave, so it's easier to deal with as Vayne runs
the
in.
ult comes out. Oh, and while Vayne is asleep, it's Space Dandy flashes over to secure this kill onto Frosty Penguins. It almost looks like Jotaro wanted that. Gray gets in, looking for the ult here as the ult comes out and Spellfires. Braum will be falling to Maple Mamba, not before Goji also goes down. C9 Snoops now in a position to potentially get away, but Medeo and Yuumi chase and secure that last kill, making this chem take Drake perfect. Perfectly secure for the red side.
That's brings us up to 5 stacks on that Yumi's Dark Seal.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the damage come out, so it's like, hey, if it works, why critique it? So Dark Seal
I'm not-
Yumi's going strong.
I mean, it's safe. It's a safe bet. You're not going to die on Yumi, but you got to be pretty careful. Urgot, I think, is going to make a play to try to get in behind Lilia here. Coming in, not going try push. Lilia takes a tower hit, leaving Urgot not needing to make too much damage. Ults her, kills her, but unfortunately Warwick has also come in here aside and just going to town on the Urgot and wins that fight without even a contest.
Yeah, with no lifesteal cut on Urgot's part, Warwick is just never going to take any damage, or at least no real lasting damage. Frosty Penguins hit by that. Oh, and if Medeo and Aspen Moth were not here, it looked like Frosty Penguins was in trouble. Okay, seems like we're back to normal as there's 3 people pushing down mid, seeing that this turret is really low. Oop, here we have Jotaro and Gray fighting over their Krugs, but who will be here first? It looks like Jotaro is in trouble as Medeo and Aspen are here, but not before Gray actually will fall. And Jotaro, feeling the effects of the heal cut and the exhaust, is just saying, I better get out of here. Frosty Penguin's able to get on top, and Jotaro will fall to Medeo. Frosty Penguins now looking for Goji Daddy as Spellfire is looking to jump in the middle. The ult comes out and stuns both of them, and Spellfire's going to fall. Goji Daddy with them, and Medeo, super excited, might be able to catch Space Dandy here as the W comes out and secures the kill. Ooh, Frosty Penguins joined straight for this turret.
That almost evened up the game.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead even at this point in golds. Thank you, the star, for that fart. The start. Okay, here we go. Looks like Medeo's going to be able to get that and get excited off of that. C9 Snoop's not really feeling the fear, even though there's no backup for them. Medeo still takes a safe play and leaves.
Urgot just gonna take bot turret, and 3 people coming down to stop him. As Braum leads the pack, Warwick ults, gets the Braum passive on him, procs it, takes it down.
Ooh, and Spellfire will take that small bit of a shutdown. It looked like there was a 70 extra gold on Urgot there, but still, gold is gold for the blue team as they're looking to secure a lead in this game.
And hey, there is nothing wrong with a fed Braum, right? Like, I'd prefer to have it on a carry, yeah, but you can absolutely just get him tankier, and he's doing a good job.
True.
So,
True. We've got Space Dandy and C9 Snoops here looking at the red side taking this Baron, and they look like they're a little bit scared as they're now forced to deal with Jotaro getting onto them. Gray secures the kill onto Ezreal, but not before dying himself.
The Baron.
Oh, is that what happened there? That is big for the blue side. Frosty Penguins now looking to make their way out of here, but will get stunned by the Braum passive. And now Jotaro able to get onto Medeo. Aspen is next. And blue team has taken so much with that Ezreal steal onto the Baron.
And unfortunately, there went all of Yumi's stacks.
Right. Upgrading to the Medjais made Yumi lose all the stacks there. That's maybe the lesson learned, is that when you risk it, you better make sure that the risk is worth it.
When you risk it, there better be a biscuit.
Right.
But I mean, it's especially when you're playing at the time they were playing from behind, right? So it's a smart move.
Yeah,
Sometimes
and
it doesn't work out.
It did give them a lot there. We do see there's quite a lot of heal cut coming out from the red team. They understand exactly what this Warwick is doing. And Warwick, 4 full items. 5 full if you count the boots.
What's that leftmost item on Yumi? I don't recognize it.
That is the diadem of songs. That is a new tier item built for support specifically, that the longer the support is in combat, it auto sends healing to the champion that needs it most. Gray goes in onto Spellfire with a Q before flashing out. Warwick jumps onto Gray with their ult, and Braum joins in as we're seeing this is a blue side tilted fight as Goji Daddy then goes down to Frosty Penguins, but not before Frosty Penguins is going to fall to that as well. Maple Mamba misses their ult, and now Medeo is left alone with Yumi to potentially kite out Jotaro. It's looking close, but no. Aspen Moth is now in danger, looking for Maple Mamba to jump onto, but it's going to end up being a slaughter for the red side as the ace comes out.
And they're going to turn around and take that, what's that, a Hex
Chemtech Drake.
Chemtech.
Yeah, it's not looking good for red, as now a 6k gold lead has emerged for Brahms Babes, and Orange Otters are going to be looking for a way to get back into this game where for 4 minutes there's not going to be an objective to even call away blue side into a bad position.
And that last team fight put them very far behind, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they've got 3 dragons on blue side and about, what, 5,000 gold?
Yeah, 7k. Oh, yeah, 6k gold's difference now. It keeps going up and down as the waves get collected, so it's not too bad if you're off by 1k.
Which answers my question. I'm assuming that's not active gold. That's
the amount of gold total, so not effective gold in terms of items. Here we have blue side sieging this so effectively, even without the Baron minions. Those Ash arrows are taking down the mid tier 2. Gray looking for something here, does not connect with the Q, but does get the ult onto Jotaro. But will it be enough as Gray is the first to fall and Jotaro has no heal cut nest? Oh! Jotaro will fall, but not before the double kill from Ezreal. As Snoops is now in danger, Medeo gets the shutdown onto Snoops, and now Space Dandy is here for a little bit of extra stun. And now blue team will be taking the victory in this fight, as Frosty Penguins is the only one left.
That was
Oh my god, Frosty Penguins ult. Oh, it's not enough to get a double, but the ADC is gone.
So close.
Wow. All right, it's non-stop going in one by one for each of these fighters, and we'll see. Will Gray continue by looking for Spellfire here? Spellfire first to leave, understanding that they're in danger.
Spellfire, while the tankiest, unfortunately, you still need HP to tank.
Yeah. And now with just a minute 30 until the Baron is back up, we'll see if this becomes the target, the next team fight location. Oh, the TP is coming out from Lilia as Maple Mamba is able to stop Warwick's ult, but not before 3 members of the blue team secure that kill onto him.
That was probably a death knell for the top turret here.
Yeah, and it sets up well, let's see. Spellfire has spent a little bit of time in the altar as Goji Daddy is suffering underneath their turret, taking those Jinx rocket attacks. Got 3 people in the top lane for blue side pushing this, and that is a lot of pressure, allowing them space toward the Baron, but it looks like we don't care about the Baron at the moment.
Right, and it's forcing them to back from mid lane when they could have potentially gotten a tier 2 turret. But then they come back and defend. Gray comes in. Okay.
First red inhibitor will fall as Gray connects with an ult and Q onto Warwick, and Warwick will fall before being able to heal themselves back up. Space Dandy will go down with Jotaro as red side now in a position to take the Baron if they really wanted.
But Braum and Ashe are pushing bot lane, so they're gonna have to make a choice. Or not. Urgot might be able to handle it on his own.
I would be a little scared if I was Goji Daddy with this level of HP. Of course, Spellfire's been doing an amazing job on Braum, being able to stop a lot of the ranged autos from getting to Goji Daddy, but not enough, as Frosty Penguins and Gray are now looking to start the Baron. C9 Snoops, maybe not sure what they're walking into, but that control ward will be swiftly dealt with, and we can see both sides know what's happening here, as the Baron will be taken by Gray, and red side looking good as C9 Snoops will be the first to fall. The fear will go on to Braum, and It's once again a 5v3 for red side. They are pushing in spite of the objective deficit that they're facing. They're not going down without a fight.
Yeah, and they won that fight, and they got Snoops, right? Oh.
Frosty Penguins, unfortunately, clicking the turret and switching targets maybe just a little too much. They're going a little too ham as they fall 1v2 into Space Dandy and Goji Daddy. Ooh, a long bowling ball.
I thought the bowling ball was going to hit. I really did. Space Dandy coming in must be aware Gray is there. Zap Zap misses Lilia as they just kind of play this dance back and forth and get some ranged attacks on Goji Daddy. Goji Daddy flashes, gets away as Amumu cues onto Warwick. Warwick returns by ulting onto Medeo. Medeo comes towards Lilia and falls asleep from the ult.
Jotaro able to get the kill onto Gray, but not as Medeo is chasing. But will Jotaro be able to get away from Medeo as the Zap Zaps are not able to land? And Medeo says better to just protect the dragon. Maple Mamba now under fire from Spellfire and Snoops as the passive goes onto him, and the Braum ult comes out as Medeo seems to be in a little bit of danger, but Spellfire will go down first. Now Medeo, excited, easily gets that kill onto Snoops. Jotaro looking for a quick kill onto Maple Mamba, will get it, but not before Medeo finally is able to secure this kill onto, maybe not. Oh my gosh, Jotaro makes another escape from Medeo. That has got to be tilting.
As Goji Daddy comes in behind them. Oh no.
Goji Daddy and Space Dandy able to make sure that Jinx does not take the dragon by herself, as you know, it's Soul, so of course the blue team wants it so bad. Jotaro's still looking for it in spite of the fact that he is on vision.
Well, I think he's just waiting for trying to find something to lifesteal.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he's gonna get right back up to full HP from one camp, or at least half HP. So we'll see as this extended dragon fight continues. 3k HP. It looks like, red team will take it as Gray outsmites, and Jotaro is gonna fall finally to Medeo and Gray. The Lilia ult will come out. They know that Medeo was not affected by that Lilia ult, so they do take a step back.
All of Milio is... I'm sorry. All Medeo is trying to do is just get that kill and be ever so aggressive.
Yeah, and of course the Chemtech Drakes, if they can secure 2 more of them, the red side will be in a great position, especially with their bruiser Maple Mamba and what essentially becomes a bruiser, which is Jinx with Yumi on top of her. So it's gonna make sure that the tenacity and damage resistance is so improved on these champions, and the heal and shield power. Frosty Penguins trying to force Spellfire off, but gets slowed, and then Braum ulted as the Braum passive is going on to Space Dandy. The fear from Urgot is going to make sure that Braum and Lilia both go down as Goji Daddy is now running for his life. Dies to Frosty Penguins, and red side is looking like they're able to march down mid with these numbers, as there's no objective on the map to distract them away from these turrets.
And they're now on a gold lead, which it's not
we see the AP Ezreal putting out so much damage with just their E, but look at this Yumi diadem healing everyone so much. See those little wisps?
Yeah, how often does that happen?
That's like every second one thing occurs. Gray lands a clutch Q onto C9 Snoops and then ults as Jotaro comes in, and now this is an ace for the red team onto the blue team, and I don't know if the blue team will be in time to save their base, as it looks like they're looking to end. Frosty Penguins beginning to hit those turrets as Spellfire puts themselves in the line of fire. Gray taking some turret damage as Goji Daddy basically stuns them under these turrets. Frosty Penguins very low HP as Space Dandy's looking to Medeo. Medeo does not have ult anymore. But Spellfire will fall to Maple Mamba. There's Super Minions just entering the base.
Maple Mamba taking turret after turret. hit, and they're just kind of poking in and out. Space Dandy and Goji Daddy are trying to defend the turrets, but
The
they
Nexus
just don't
turrets
have
are
the
gone.
damage output.
Goji Daddy will fall to Medeo, and no, Space Dandy still survives in spite of Frosty trying to put out so much damage. Aspen Moth is going to be the last one to fall here, as Blue Side does protect their Nexus thanks to a quadra kill from C9 Snoops, and it's an ace the other direction.
And C9 Snoops spawned at exactly the right time.
Space Dandy
So it's not-
looking for something here as they TP onto the bot turret. But Gray will be here in time to stop Space Dandy's assault on their turret. Lands that clutch Q that somehow dodges the bowling ball from Lilia. The ult comes out, but Space Dandy... Oh, another Q from Gray will kill Space Dandy. All right. In the meantime, Jotaro on the Baron all by themselves.
Solo Baron, no sight. Red completely unaware.
Now they
They
know.
figured it out. But they figured it out. They're running to it. Will they make it in time? Probably not, as they now have
Okay.
two people attacking Baron. But 3 or 4 of them are coming in. They're hot on their heels.
Okay, when the smite did not come out, I got a little scared, but Maple Mumbo is there just in time to see the Baron be smited. And with Space Dandy still 20 seconds down, the Baron is off of the map, which is great for the blue team. But will they be able to make good use of it as much as it's just good that they got rid of it? Jotaro in a tough position. He does have ult and flashes instead over that wall.
And just a reminder, this team does not have Nexus turrets right now, so they're waiting for those to regrow.
Now,
Thankfully, they've got the Baron minions, but is it enough?
okay. This is looking more and more like an ARAM as both sides have sent all 5 champions to the mid lane. And now let's see, will the Baron buff be able to will it enable Brahms Babes to push on through to the other side and get some inhibitors of their own?
And Ash has an ult that she can use to engage, right? I don't think we've seen it all that
Yes.
often.
Scary.
As
Gray
engaged.
was on vision there, so they know that Gray was looking for something as they begin to spread out through the mid lane. Jotaro on vision. Gray looking for something here as they see that Warwick is pretty far away, looking for the soul. Spellfire will fall to this Urgot, it looks like, as the Urgot ult comes through. The fear onto Goji Daddy as Goji Daddy's running for his life. The ult comes out onto both Frosty and Maple Mamba from Lilia. And we'll see.
Not looking
Red's looking like they just want to go and take these Nexus turrets, which have respawned, but with that super minion, they just might be able to. Frosty and Maple take the first Nexus turret. The second one is soon to follow as Ezreal has fallen. Medeo, excited, is able to secure the Nexus, and the win will go to Oran's Otters. Wow, GG for the final game of the night.
Ornn has ordered.
Ornn has ottered. And, you know, with that, let's see if anyone was voting. Nope, we didn't have any gambles. Maybe we won't even spend any time gambling next time. So, GG's all in the Pearl League, in the Ruby League, and in Topaz. So, Moens, do you want to bring anyone in to talk about that last game?
Yeah, since I offended Frosty, I think we should bring Frosty in.
Yeah, we could bring Frosty in. Frosty, would you be open to an interview on stream? Let's see if they're in the chat or if they're still available.
I'm looking for him. Yep, there he is.
Okay. And that game was really exciting to me only because I couldn't tell who had the momentum at any given point. It seemed like once a team got momentum, they were willing to risk it all and just hand it all back to the other team. I was sure at multiple different times that either side was going to lose.
Right.
So I'm not
Yeah,
sure I
and-
have
and-
the foresight for Pearl to actually
It was a-
predict games.
It was a tug of war the entire time, right? Like sometimes red team was ahead, sometimes blue team was ahead, sometimes red team was ahead, and then it went right back to blue team.
Yeah.
Up until the very end. Like at the last second, like, oh, they might still pull this off.
Yeah, what do you think was making the difference in those team fights?
Well, Yumi did a great job with her item choices, and even at the end of the game, she had 18 stacks, even though she died a couple of times, right? So there were a lot. Oh, and I got notification from Frosty that he is down to clown.
Yeah, if you could just get in the League Lobby 1 or League Lobby VC, Frosty, then we'll be able to bring you on stream. I agree that the diadem is a very strong item, and I just want to take another look. I mean, you can see the stream on our end. There's so much damage coming out from Medeo. Once again, Medeo is a pretty consistent player in that understanding what their role is. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Welcome and congratulations on that game.
That was one heck of a game.
Yeah, how did you feel? Were there any moments where you lost hope and then gained it back before the end?
Did I lose hope? Let me see. When Warwick was 18-2, I was like, well, this is it. I was like, he's gonna come and just destroy me, and I'm just gonna die.
That's how we do.
But I kept split pushing, and then they kept yelling at me to join the fights, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do that.
And we see what happens when you were able to, right? I mean, all of the disengage that kept Warwick off of you and off of Medeo. I think that's really like some of the stars that allowed you to shine in the aftermath.
That's really what it was. Like, I kept getting focused, and I was like, well, I can't do it by myself. And then like once the team like helped like protect us all, it was great.
Yeah. So if
What
you
were the
hadn't,
comms?
yeah,
Oh, good.
I like that question, Mike. Go ahead.
What were the comms like during the game? Was it heated, or were you guys cool under pressure?
We were actually surprisingly, we were very cool. It was mostly just them telling me to join the fight.
Were you always getting yelled at?
Yeah, because I tend to do that. I tend to just kind of just I go way above more than I should. But you know what? It works. Like keep yelling at me, and I'm okay with that.
Well, there you have it. If you want to win with Frosty Penguins on your team, yell at them. That's the lesson, right?
Exactly.
No, you played.
Shades know that.
That's the formula.
You played really well, and what I want to ask is if you have a specific honor for someone on your team or on the enemy team that you'd like to share with us.
I mean, I think Medeo, like, he really pulled like the team together in terms of like his like spacing, the damage that he pulled out, like he didn't like you guys weren't able to see the like how he shined in the first two games, but he was incredible like the first two games. So he's a really good ADC.
Yeah,
Cool.
He's definitely been a player to watch for me, so I'm glad we share that opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
All right, well, this has been an awesome set of games to watch. Thank you for joining us, Frosty, and congratulations on your win. Hopefully we'll see you do well next week as well.
Thank you. Great stream, guys.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And everybody, just don't forget CMSA. Anybody can join. It's a cool place where cool people hang out.
Yeah, join us in the Discord. The link is below. We have many different leagues. It's League of Legends. There's an ARAM Mayhem League. We're playing Civ 6 now. We are playing Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. I was almost going to start making up game names because if you can make it up, we're playing it already.
And we take suggestions too. If you got a game you want to play with people,
It's true.
join.
We're expanding.
I'm sure somebody will join, or somebody will join you.
All right. And with that, Mike, thank you for being my wonderful co-host during these games. It's been so much fun. And Mike, when can the people see us next? Oh, what were you gonna say? Something nice about me. It sounds like.
I was gonna say. Well, you're the wonderful co-host. I'm not the wonderful co-host.
Thank you. I'm glad I interrupted myself to hear my compliment.
And next week, we'll be here at 8.
Tuesday at 7
Eastern.
Central.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say 7 Central as well.
Okay, there you go. Sorry.
I'm in Eastern. I'm in Eastern time. So you messed up my flow, and now I look like an idiot.
No. You're good. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Time for our mountain folks, and 5 Pacific.
We're international.
We are.
We only give you U.S. time zones.
Okay. I was just about to ask you what time it is in Singapore, but I won't put you on the spot. Just kidding. Kidding. Okay, so thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Not if I see you first.
Not if we see